Hey, PDF, if you're out there, man, come in here. I want to talk about one of your stories. If you can, come on in here, PDF, please. How y'all doing tonight? I hope everybody's good. This is a stream yard, so you know anybody can come up here and talk their shit. Even Salty Rant or anybody else for that matter. They want, I don't care. But I'd like to talk to PDF about a story he just had. Just saying. Here's the invite or the StreamYard link. I hope everybody doing all right. Hey, Teflon, how you doing, buddy? But yeah, PDF just did a story on North Florida uh, attorneys there, state's attorneys. There's one called Jarvis that he was talking about before this one that just recently got caught. And I know what my uncle did with him and all that stuff. Yep, I understand that, Teflon. Understand that. But my uncle did some of the investigation and arrests and things like that in on him as well. And found out more than he wanted to know about that freaking piece of shit. And when they dropped all them charges by the state, uh, they wound up sealing away some of the stuff and just erasing it and expunging it from his record altogether to save his face. Yeah. Hey, Jason Goddett, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Is it cold up there in Canada still? We're supposed to see 65 degrees tomorrow here. Spring is trying to get here. Not quite, but it's trying. Good, good, man. You want to come up on panel, you can, man. You're welcome up here too. You know that, Jason. You haven't been on one of my panels in a while. There's the link if you want. Oh, good. At least it's warming up there. That's good. You'll be out there fishing here soon, won't you, Jason? You can't wait. Yeah. But yeah, but that Jarvis guy, yeah, I know shit that blow your mind about that. But unfortunately, because of them expunging the record and all, they it would be what I guess you would call hearsay. Oh, okay, Jason, no problem, man, no problem. So that Jarvis guy was way more to it than just he used a database to find someone that he thought had a pistol at a blueberry festival, right, which was one of his rivals in political theater. So there's a lot more to him than that. So that dude was a straight up piece of shit and needed to be in prison. Uh-oh. Don't be don't be going after Jim Wound out here. How you doing, Jim Wild, hon? I hope you're doing good too, hon. You know, you're welcome up here. Anybody's welcome up here on my panel. I don't mind. And if you want to come up and show your paintings, Gen Wow, and stuff like that, that's cool. I love your paintings. I love that stuff. Love what you've been doing. You've been doing some great work, girl. You really have. Uh, I just hoping Poor Dirt Farmer would get up here too because I wanted to talk to him about one of his stories as well. Hey, Jason, if you if you and Jim Wow ever get into it, my money's on Jim Wow. Just saying. Ah, Jason. Excuses, excuses, Jason. uh, yep, Jim Wow don't drink beer. I don't blame you. I'll drink beer every once in a while. It has to be different. Not normal beer. Hey, Bruce Davis, how are you, buddy? Hope you're well. Hope everybody's good tonight. I really do. It's been one of those, long times, and hopefully everybody's still doing well after a year of this, over a year of this lockdown crap and things like that. Uh, I hope good, Bruce, good. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope things get better for everybody real soon, man. But it seems like you're trying to bring up more stuff to try to keep us locked down. They're saying new strains and everything else are sweeping across America and things. Yeah, but yet 12 states have sued Biden to reopen things like that without going against his orders. So I'm hoping everybody gets to get back to what is close to normal. Yeah, so is Oklahoma. Yeah, Oklahoma, Jason. Florida too. Florida's been practically open the whole damn time. I think 3 months afterwards, they basically dropped everything there was to do with the mask and stuff. And of course, mainstream media don't want to give them the props they're due. They want to say he's making that DeSantis is making up shit now, like Como did, blah 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 blah, when they have no proof of what DeSantis did, or they're saying DeSantis did. Okay, and Florida keeps continuously dropping on the top list, so they're getting they're getting less and less corona cases in Florida, which is really amazing. So, I think it's amazing that state that 3 months afterwards basically dropped all the bull crap, for COVID, and they're doing better than most states out there. And then they try to make up stuff about DeSantis without no proof. When and not going after the man that they actually have proof on, who did make up shit in the COVID, and that was Como. They're trying to drop Como out of the news now, but he's such a hot topic; it's hard for them to drop him out. They can't, you know, they just can't totally cold turkey that. But they're trying. They're trying to get over him and trying to push past him and his dealings with the COVID, and then his dealings with women, which another one just came out right here in Rochester. Uh, uh, Said he inappropriately spoke to her and touched her. Yeah, they're going to have to reestablish water on Mars there for you, Jason, if you want to go fishing, and then stock the lakes and ponds for you that they make and rivers. Just saying, bud. Getting beer there, that could be a problem too. That'd be an oblong straw. You know what I mean, Jason? They do believe, what was it, two galaxies away. They said that there is a planet that has characteristics just like Earth has as far as the ultraviolet rays and all that that we get off of our planet, and all the light, all the different light shadings and things like that through the ultraviolet spectrum. They say there's a planet two galaxies away that has the same type of ultraviolet lights off the ultraviolet and violet light spectrum. So they say it might be equivalent to Earth, but that would be a hell of a long ways to go to get to it. Just saying. But if it had water and things like that, you can make your own beer there. You know, make your own hops, things like that. Then you can have your beer. You know. Yeah. I just thought that was. I thought that was an interesting read that I read about 2 weeks ago. If you believe in that sort of thing, I thought it was pretty cool little read, and it's called Scientific Journal. Is the place that I read that in. I like reading their stuff. They're also really good at telling you about what's going on with the volcanic stuff, things like that. Another volcano erupted in Italy just the other day. It had a huge ash plume come out of it. Uh, really wasn't much. Really wasn't much lava, more ash and more gas than anything that belched out of it. It was like it had a major gas bubble and decided to fart and burp all at the same time. It's sort of cool to watch because someone caught it on camera and put it out for everybody to see. That was sort of cool to see. You know. I agree with that, Jason. I agree. You know, part of intelligence is called common sense, and unfortunately, it seems like people have lost leave of their common sense a long time ago. A lot of people have. I ain't saying all. I'm not saying all people, but a lot of people have lost leave of their common sense. They ain't got the sense to God gave a goose. Uh, it's insane the way a lot of people are today. Yeah, I really feel sorry for this earth and what it's going through and the population and all that, because this is very sad times. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Jason. I agree with you on that, man. Hey, Slash, what's up? You're a neutron star. Slash is a star in his own mind. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good right now. It's starting to warm up. Uh, uh, I'm starting to enjoy this warmer weather. Tomorrow I'll have my windows all open, more than likely being almost 70 degrees and all. Let the house air out everything, It'd be nice. Because, after a month of just being cooped up and keeping the house windows closed because it's too cold outside, uh, if the air starts getting stale in the house, stuff like that. So get some fresh, good, clean air coming in through the windows and shit. It's going to be really nice. I'll be happy with that. Then maybe I'm going to try to get me a fishing license. I'm hoping I can get me a fishing license and go fishing sometime soon. That'd be nice. Hey, DDT Gritch, how are you, man? Hope you're well. uh, I hope everybody gets through this COVID thing all right, But, they're sitting there saying a lot of these small businesses probably will never open up again. They had like 20, 30 people hired to them, things like that. They're looking at a lot of jobs just not there anymore. And that that's you're going to see a lot of people start going homeless, because uh, there's no housing. Everybody's about to lose their housing due to back rent, things like that. And there's no help for it, help any way, shape, or form for it, or anything. Um, you know, so I just don't see America being the same place it was, you know, uh, before this stuff happened. It actually not a good thing, I don't think. Hey, FB Tuna time. How are you? Yeah, it's the Drunk Canadian stream tonight, FB Tuna. so, and oh, Drunk Canadian, I can't get rid of Jason. You crazy. Y'all crazy, guys. Y'all crazy. But yeah, it's been quite a interesting thing to see what's going on here in the United States and what they're saying is going to more than likely happen. And they're trying to say everything's going to be back to normal and there's going to be full capacities and things like that at sporting events and things like that. I don't know how they're going to regulate have full capacities at sporting events and stuff when people don't have money. Because they've lost their job because when the pandemic's over, they have no job to go to. Biden and them fired all them people, got all them people fired off the pipeline by shutting down the pipeline and told them to go get jobs in solar energy and all that. Well, here's the problem. Where are the jobs at? Every time he's asked about that, or Pickaninny or whatever her damn name is, that redhead uh, press secretary, they just jump around the question. You know, nothing. They don't want to. They don't want to answer that question. You know, so I mean, this stuff, is getting really ridiculous. And then you got Biden, who was trying to back Como there for a while. He's at least shut up on that. But that's probably because Nancy Pelosi, his wife, and Kamala all told him to quit talking about it because they're the ones who tell him what to do. I showed you all that video of Biden. He's doing a press conference, and then he asked Nancy Pelosi permission to take questions. You know, he says he's not going to do address the State of the Union address. Do that. He ain't going to do that. I mean, there's also he gets into a question and then it's yeah, and my dad said, my grandpa said this, and I went and did this back in the day, and my dad told me to do it this way, but my grandpa said I couldn't do it that way. That's what he does. All right, Slayer. Uh, and that's what we're dealing with him. So they're already going after him as wanting him to give up the nuclear codes and the nuclear football, so he don't have no ability to use that in any way, shape, or form. But I sure in the hell don't want Nancy Pelosi come dump. I mean Kamala Harris and and Biden's wife to have that. You know, the good doctor that don't have a doctorate or PhD or anything in what she says she's a doctor of. Gotta love that. So yeah, I it's mind boggling what I've been seeing lately. And the Rhino people that went against Trump, they're crapping their pants because Trump told them don't support them, support my stuff here, and gave them a website to go to and put their money in so he could help support the non-rhinos. And went against him in the Congress. And he wants to get them people out, the people that went against him in Congress, you know. Uh, you know, but then again, Trump ain't no better, really. So he had women come out on him and talk crap about him, and they had an audio bit on him. It was sort of a glitchy audio bit, and hard to tell in certain areas where what Trump was saying. Uh, needless to say, hey, Bill Admin, how are you? So, needless to say, but and Como jumped all over that. Oh, Trump needs to resign. Trump needs to resign now. We need to impeach Trump. He won't leave, blah, 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 blah. But yet, now Como actually has video and clear audio of him sexually harassing a woman. And several others have come out, more than what Trump had right now. And at least that's been on the news. Let's put it that way. And and he's going against his own words. That's funny. because he won't resign. You're going to have to impeach me. Blah, 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 blah. You know, um, and a lot of people want him impeached. The people of New York want him out. They don't want him here. And these political people should realize that, because they're probably going to start losing constituents if they don't start just talking. They're just talking words. Uh, we're going to stand up against you. We're going to stand up against you, but yet they ain't actually doing nothing about it. And people are seeing that here in New York, and they ain't liking it as well. So that's been an interesting thing to see and watch as well, if you ask me. Did Porter Farmer just put out? Ah, oh, he uh thumbs up what I had to say about the attorney of North Florida, Jarvis. Hey, Mayhem. Oh, I agree, FB Tuna. I agree. Uh, if you noticed, some of there's two places where some of the most fucked up laws in the United States come out of, and that is they either start in New York or they start in California. So it's one of those two things. You got new work boots. Damn, Jason, that's a good thing. Now, do you have a job to use them on? That's the next question. Yeah, I know you work. You work every day, Jason. You work hard every day. I know that. So, yeah, that's so funny how people try to diss and now Jason, for drinking, but yet he works every day, works hard every day, and things like that. Yeah, and makes every dime he spends, at his job, and make sure his kids are happy, and you can see that his kids love him to death. You can see he's got a wife that loves him to death. I mean, I think the only reason they try to diss and down Jason every day is because they're jealous of what Jason has. Just I think it's hilarious. Same with Slash. Slash has a loving wife and has a good place to live. I mean, what more can you ask for? So I mean, I think I see jealousy in people's eyes when they start trying to attack Slash or Jason. I think it's hilarious. No, Mayhem, you're wrong. You're wrong. He thinks about pot too. So I'm glad they get a good laugh out of it a lot of times. When people do that type of stuff too. Yeah, it's all right, Mayhem. Yeah. There you go, Slash. There you go. uh, but yeah, I really enjoy listening. I've seen some. I love listening to people go off on them too, and I'm like, you know, all I can think of is, are you jealous? You don't have what they have. You know, I mean, I mean, a lot of these people don't have good, loving wives, don't have good kids, well-behaved kids. You know, that are enjoying their life as best they can in these types of circumstances that we have and everything. You know, hey, Caterpillar, how are you, hon? I hope you're well. Yeah, I understand that, Jason. I understand that, man. I really do. So, you've been around here for a while. So, yeah, I'm glad it's starting to get warm, and we're going to start seeing some good weather here shortly. You know, this snow and this cold just makes me so bleh. You know, I'm going to have to start working out again, along with doing my job. Things. Oh no, Jason! Why'd you miss karaoke at Golden Eyes, man? Bad, Jason. Bad. I gotta see your face, and I gotta see fingers. I gotta see movement. You want up there? Okay, I see fingers. All right, that's a name I don't recognize, so hopefully I won't get too screwed on this. We'll see. There we go, coming up. There you go. Hand. I see your hand. Oh no, 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 no. You gotta go. Can't. Nope. Sorry. Can't have you here, bud. I don't know how he keeps getting past this thing being marked as 18, but he can't come up. Nope, nope. Sorry, buddy. Uh, that was a kid. That's a young kid, and he needs to quit trying to get up on panels when they're marked for 18 years or over, because you're going to cause someone some problems. So, once I heard his voice, that's all I needed. I know who he is. He's been hanging. He tried to hang out at FTPs there for a while, and so I did. He's blocked, Bill. He's blocked. So, hey, cooking with Lulu. How are you, hon? Good to see you. Yep, he blocked. He blocked. Uh, but he keeps coming in on other accounts. So yeah, if y'all want to see what true food porn is about, go to Cooking with Lulu's channel and watch her food videos. Oh my God, that woman knows how to cook. You without tasting it, her food looks so good you can almost taste it through the screen. You just want to start licking the screen. I'm telling you. That woman knows how to cook. I would love to go to her house one time just to have dinner with her once. Yeah. Um, y'all, if you are not subscribed to Lulu, y'all should be subscribed to Lulu. Same with same with uh Bud Grower, uh KY Packer fan, all of them, y'all. You should all subscribe to them. They're all good people. Later, Jason. All right, it depends on when I get my time back because this is going to be my last stream uh um before I'm out of time on StreamYard. So that sounds good too, Slash. That sounds real good. But cooking with Lulu, she has that Spanish flair in her food, you know. And oh my God, you know that that type of flair is really good in food to me. I love it. And I had a friend that I worked with down there in Boca Raton and all of that when I was doing brick masonry down there, and I made good money, so I ate well, and I would have steak and things like that, and I'd come to work, and then one day he's like asking anybody to trade with him. I'm like, okay, I'll trade with you, and I traded him a steak sandwich I had for some of his food. And you know that was the start of a beautiful friendship because he had, you know, his wife always cooked with her traditional ways of cooking, and oh my God, that woman knew how to cook. I swear to God, uh, um, Spanish people know Mexican people and Spanish people could make shoe leather, an old dusty ass boot. They can make it edible. I swear to God, uh, they know how to cook some stuff. I'm telling you. So. And when you see something that looks so good, you just want to lick the screen to try to get a taste of it. That's some good looking food. So, but you know, you're welcome cooking with Lulu. You're welcome. And plus, Lulu's a sweetheart too. I've been on panels with her and everything else. She's a real sweetheart. So I don't talk about her. Eric Brandt. Eric Brandt just put is either I think it went live. I don't know. Just thought I'd let y'all know. No, he just actually he didn't go live. He just put out a video. So and if y'all are into wrestling and things like that, I found a neat little promotion out of Japan. It's called Choco Pro, It's not quite what you would think American with American wrestling. Joco Pro don't uh, have ring ropes. They have a mat on the floor, and to be out of bounds, you get to the edge of the mat, uh, and the mat's up against the wall, so you can touch the wall or you can grab the edge of the mat, and that only breaks the submission holds if they are actually in a pinning predicament that don't work. There you go, Dick Roscoe. They so needless to say, it's a neat little wrestling promotion. They're starting to get some traction. Uh, and Emi Sakura is a great promoter for her company. She's the one who owns it. They also have English commentary due to a guy named Akai on there. Akai is out of India, but he speaks three languages very fluently, uh, um, and learning more. Hey, Billy, truth be told, uh, there's a bridge there, that Japanese wrestling has been sorely missing for coming to America and actually making a presence in America. Is lack of English commentating, and they have actually now got it through Emi Sakura's at least promotion. They have a great man named Kai that does. He's very good at speaking English, and uh, and he's also a great wrestler. They're all great talents uh, in wrestling. So that's just something if y'all are interested in. That's something you could look at. And then hopefully Eve Riot Girl of Wrestling, uh, which is an all female promotion. Uh, they will actually have a chance to open up soon. They're trying to get the venue to open to where they can at least have a non fan event going on to where they can't. Right now, they're still locked down hardcore over there in the UK, and that's where they're out of. Right, girls of wrestling, they're locked down hardcore. So what they're trying to do is be able to at least do wrestling without fans in the audience. And and I can tell you now, a lot. If you're into any wrestling, a lot of female talent has come through Eve, right? Girls of Wrestling. A lot of great female talent has come through them. That's another great promotion. So I just thought I'd give them a couple of good plugs because I recently got into them. Probably been watching Choco Pro now for about a month and a half, and I've been watching the E Right Girls of Wrestling for about a week longer than that. Um, some big names are in there. E Riot Girl of Wrestling. They did a big promotion or a big fundraiser for getting help for a charitable thing over there in the UK. That Lita, one of the biggest names in female wrestling over here in the Americas, was on there last night speaking. They had several new up and coming great talents coming in. They that were up there, and several well known on the indie circuit names like Jetta and things like that. I mean, so just that's if you watch that type of stuff, two good promotions to look into, and maybe you might enjoy. Uh, you know, So I would love to see them really take off and really get some good things going for them. Uh, and and if anybody knows what I'm talking about, Jim Cornette don't particularly care for E-Bryant Girls of Wrestling. Uh, so if Jim Cornette don't like it, it's worth watching because Jim Cornette's an idiot and a moron. Just saying. Yes, yeah, Billy. But truth be told, you want to see some good tortillas? Go look at Lulu's. Oh, you'll be going. What the hell am I making here? One of these days, I'll make one of my specialties for y'all, and do a video on it and let y'all see it. I ain't no chef. I'll tell you that now. But this particular meal that I make, people love it, and I've never had anybody say anything bad about it. So, and you know, well, Lulu, I'm just speaking the truth. At least this is my opinion. Everybody's got an asshole just like they got an opinion. So, but that is my opinion about your cooking, Lulu. I can tell you now, and I love watching your videos. I really do. I do. There ain't too many food videos out there I could say that I like watching, but yours is, yeah, yeah. Please. Oh, you have checked out Lulu? Good, good, good. Hey, 5 Speed. Yes, God, that's calling you. That's 5 Speed. Yeah. There you go, Googie. But yeah, I tell you, I have literally been all over the United States, eat at different restaurants. Uh, had probably some of the best Southern cooks in the world feed me at dinner and things like that. Um, I I've seen it ate really good food, literally all over on the Eastern Seaboard, especially down in the South, and then up here in the North, I have a great friend up here that cooks. It's funny. He's a Northerner that cooks Southern. Hey Lulu, how are you doing? Here you go, hon.
I'm good. How are you, sweetie?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Uh, but yeah, I have a friend up here. He cooks. He's lived up here in New York all his life, but he cooks Southern food just as good as most Southern people. Go figure that out.
Who are we talking about?
I was talking about my buddy up here in New York. Here, he,
Ah,
he he's a hell of a cook. One hell of a fucking cook. He,
oh,
he, he
okay.
yeah, he has a chef license and all, and he went
Yeah,
to school for it.
yeah.
But it,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
what's going on? Oh, but yeah, it's funny when he cooks though, especially like his fried chicken and things like that. That motherfucker ain't never spent a day out of New York, but yet he cooks. He cooks Southern food just like most Southerners do. Go figure that.
Jelly, stop.
Yeah. This fried chicken reminds me of my aunts, and that's saying something because my aunt was one hell of a cook.
Oh, okay. I like to cook my own food because I don't really like to order out too much, you know. I've ordered food out from a Mexican place that I love the way they make their chicken quesadillas and all that, but I had mice kaki in there, you know, so I was like, "Oh my God."
No,
So I'd
yeah,
rather just cook.
that ain't good.
No, so I'd rather just cook my own food, you know, because you know what you're doing. You know who touched it. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I do order out sometimes, but it's very rare.
You're right. Yeah, I found out one thing about that. I've worked at several restaurants. I've worked at Golden Corral. I've worked at a place called the Lucky Horseshoe in St. Charles, Missouri, before it burnt down. And now that was where uh, like wrestling people and Brad Pitt, freaking Angelina Jolie, and stuff like that. When they went to St. Louis and St. Charles, they'd go there. Okay, when they were in Missouri.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
I love her. She's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, and but I knew what it looked like in the back. The nice was really the front was really really nice, really really classy. Didn't
Right,
want to
because
see what it looked like in that kitchen.
you see a lot of these restaurants and how they show them. I mean, I don't know. It's got to be true. They show them. I watch a lot of it on YouTube and on even on TV, and you see the mice running in even in in the oil and whatever, and it's just like, oh no, wait a minute, what the hell is going on here? And you know, you eat that food. We eat that
Yeah,
food.
yeah. That's why I've all but. I mean, very rarely do I eat anything out anymore. I mean, and it's very rare. Yeah, because it ain't just from what I've seen on TV. It's from working at these places. Working at different places and things, and knowing what it's like. And I try to get. I'll stand right there by their little swinging double doors just to try to get a decent glimpse into the back. Yeah,
Yeah.
and because I want to know what that back looks like before I start eating at a place. Yeah, I worked at a place. They hired me, and it was a truck stop in Lloyd, Florida. They literally had mushrooms growing behind the freaking behind the dishwasher. We had to take the dishwasher apart and scrape mushrooms off the wall. That's how disgusting that place was. The grease, we literally had to take all the tiling off the wall and then break out all the drywall that was behind it and replace all that and then put new tiling up because the grease on the wall was literally almost 2.5 inches thick
Oh my
from the
God, for
tiling.
real?
For real.
Wow, that's
And
crazy.
they had been feeding people out of that place like that for years. They just kept paying off the inspection guy. Just kept paying him off.
See, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you don't know what you're eating unless you're getting back there in that kitchen where they're cooking your food. So
Right.
that's why it's very rare that I am going to order something because I really I think about that and then I don't even want to eat my food. So it's like I'm forced to cook even if I don't want to, really, the majority of the time.
Right. Right. And Billy, truth be told, when I worked in different restaurants, I demanded it too. And I had some bosses that loved me for it, and I had other bosses that hated me for it. Believe it or not,
I
I'm
believe
like,
it.
I'm like, why would you hate me to want to make your product better and have more people come in? You know,
Because they just want to make money. It's about the money. They don't care
when I was
what they don't
younger,
care what they're feeding.
mhm, yeah, just as long as they're making a
They
dime.
That right. They don't care about who they're feeding and what they're feeding to them. It's about the money.
Right. Now I can tell you now that truck stop down in Lloyd, Florida, if I go
Hmm.
there right now, I could have a job.
Oh well.
Yeah, they love me down there because of what I did. I also cooked for their all you could eat bar, and
Hmm.
their all you could eat bar went from mostly wasting the food to where they couldn't keep the food on the all you can eat bar.
Oh wow. So you used to work in restaurants also then?
Yes, yes. Yeah,
Nice.
I was actually hired originally as the dishwasher, and I started doing that, tearing out the stuff and things like that because the boss gave me free reign. I said, "Dude, you're going to be closed down in a matter of a year. If you keep putting out product in this nasty." And he's like, "Well, do what you got to do." So I did what I had to do. And it took me almost a year and a half to get that restaurant up to code. The dishwasher was only running at lukewarm water. Uh,
Hmm.
I, and that ain't good either. It's got to be 350 degrees at water.
Right.
Uh, uh, and the lukewarm ain't cutting it. You know
Hell
what I'm
no.
saying? So, needless to say, they were not even up to code on the dishwasher. That was where I started. I literally took the dishwasher apart, and I had to do dishes for a week by hand uh,
Wow.
because it took me that long to clean it up, get fungicide. Literally, I had to get fungicide like you would use in your garden
Oh
to
my
kill
God.
the shit that was growing on the wall.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
Well,
nasty.
you kind of started out like Bobby Flay, that he started out as a dishwasher, then he moved up to cooking and all that, and
Yeah,
he's a top chef now. You know who Bobby Flay is, right?
yeah. I've heard. I know who Bobby Flay is, but I never wanted to be a top chef. Honestly, I did not. When I was younger, I did not mind doing the cooking stuff. Once I got a little bit older, I'm like, oh no, this is not for me.
Yeah. You didn't like
I,
it?
well, I hate being cooped up inside.
Oh, okay. Okay. And it's a lot of hours. They work a lot of hours. It's crazy.
Right, right. And very few times do they get to go outside to do their job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and
Right.
I hate being cooped in a building. So that's why it was not for me. Uh,
Oh, okay.
and I went into doing other things to where I could be outside. You know,
Oh, okay.
it
I
depends
don't
on
mind
where you're at,
cooking.
Billy. Truth be told, I can tell you now that the pressure part of the pressure part of a dishwasher has to be the main pressure. In Florida,
Uh-huh.
it has to be 350. Just
Hey,
telling you.
I don't have a washer. I just wash my dishes in the sink, and I make sure the water's very nice and hot. And then after
Yeah.
everything's done and the sink is nice and clean, I throw Ajax in there and leave it in there for about a half hour. Then I scrub everything, and the sink is nice and clean.
Yep. That works. That works. And
Yep,
I bet you also bleach down your counters, don't you?
everything.
Mm-hmm.
I always have a gallon of bleach and Ajax. I don't know how many containers of Ajax. I always have bleach, Ajax, and Brillo.
Yep. We got the same here in our. I got the same here in this house. So.
Yes, always. I don't even use sponges. I like to use a Brillo throughout the day for whatever dishes I use, and that
Mhm.
Brillo goes in the garbage by the end of the night. I start with a new one for the next day. I don't like sponges.
Oh, okay, Billy. Truth be told.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I was talking about the PSI, Billy. Truth be told, I'm sorry. Yeah, we got mixed up on that. It's got to be 350 psi is what I'm talking about as far as the pressure. That's what I was talking about when I was saying 350. He didn't even have hardly any pressure. That's what takes the food off. It helps take the food off the plates and all. You know, so I was probably better off actually washing by hand than I was throwing it through the dishwasher anyway. So, but yeah, the temp, I'd like to keep the temperature right at about 180 to 190 on my dishwashers when I was working as a dishwasher.
Yeah, or most of the time I just buy paper plates and they go in the garbage and that's it. I'm good.
You're, yeah, I did. I've done that too. I remember
I
one time.
hate I
Go
hate
ahead.
washing dishes. I love to cook, but I hate washing the dishes.
Right. I understand that. That is the suckiest part of the whole job of cooking. I remember one time I moved and I had ate dinner the night before and cooked dinner myself. And I sat there and literally, instead of doing the dishes, I used them for, I had a shotgun at the time and I'd throw the plates up in the air and boom, shoot them. I shot every one of my dishes.
That's worse than me. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't believe you did that.
Oh yeah, I
Does,
did. I used them for target practice, throwing them up in the air before they hit the ground, shoot them with the shotgun. It was
does it
fun,
work on paper plates too?
man. Well, actually, it can work with paper plates if you put them at least 3 thick.
Oh
Then
my
you can get a
god.
good toss up in the air. Yeah, come on up, Billy. Truth be told, you can come up, man. Anybody's welcome up on my panel. So here, Ollie, paste
Yeah,
the.
Billy. Come on up, Billy, please.
As long as you ain't trying to porn bomb me and shit like that, you're welcome up here.
Oh
Let's
no,
put it that way.
I would never do that.
Oh, I know you wouldn't, but I can tell you now, someone's going to one of these days going to try to make a uh, uh, an account and put in cooking with Lulu's Ramos and have your face on it, and it ain't you, but they're going to try to do that,
You
with
know, I believe you because I was on another panel today and we were talking about Discord and all that. And they keep telling me that I forgot who it was, that I'm on that
uh,
that it shows me on Discord, and I said I don't even know what that is. I've never been on Discord. I've heard a lot about it, but I've never ever been on there.
hey Billy,
And
can I see your fingers move? All right, bud. All right, there you go. If you don't want to show your face, you're good, man. There you go, Billy. Billy's
Hi,
up here.
Tammy. Hi, Lulu.
hi,
Hey, Billy.
Billy, how are you?
I'm good. I'm great. Well, I'm good.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
good. Nice to hear.
When I was talking about the 350, it's got to be PSI. That's
Yeah, I
pressure
just
coming
missed that
out of the
part.
things. Yeah, yeah. Well, I did.
I,
I forgot. I think I forgot to say PSI. So I
you
apologize. I
might
think
have,
I
but
just went and said the 350. So, but
yeah,
yeah, the
I usually
PSI has
just
to
look
be
at.
350. Go ahead.
I usually just look at the jets and stuff. I reject if I get a dirty plate from a kitchen. I'll take the whole stack and give them back to the dishwasher. It wakes them up pretty quick
Uh-huh.
because in
I
restaurants you
remember
get.
when I remember my first job. I was working at a Shoney's restaurant, and I had a cook that did that to me. You're right. It wakes them up real quick.
Yeah,
When you got to redo a whole damn stack, especially when you're in the middle of rush.
I I I haven't had to do that. I've done it a couple times. Um, I have a way of doing that. I'm not. I try to give the dishwasher an excuse so you don't get mad at me.
Right. Oh,
You know
that's
what I mean?
okay.
Like
Sure.
I'm not facetious. I'm gonna say, hey, you dumb or whatever.
Yeah. Oh no,
You know what I mean? I don't want to be rude. I just say, hey.
My
Some
cook never
some
spoke to
cooks are
me. It
dicks.
was just yeah. Well, he never spoke to me. All he would do is I would just see him walk over and he'll have a whole stack of dishes, throw them on my thing, and then walk away and go back to doing his job.
Well, come
And
on,
it might have
everybody.
been one piece of lettuce left on one plate and a whole damn stack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I make sure everybody kind of gets along. It's a pretty drama-filled environment, you know.
Oh yeah, you ain't kidding. You ain't
Hey,
kidding.
Billy, do you have a channel?
No, you know, it's kind of funny. A lot of my friends here online, I've been thinking about making a channel,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been digging around, like what kind of, because I do a lot of different stuff, and
Right.
so I had this idea. I've been developing this idea. You could steal it if you want to, but I'm considering on putting a channel together that lets the home cook create gourmet meals by just using senses rather than like exact measurements of everything. Because what I see mostly, and you know, I mean, a lot of the baking you do need to measure stuff, but most of the you know when you have cooked as much as I have, you just you know it. You can see it, you can smell it, you can taste it, you can feel it. And what I'm
Right.
thinking about doing is putting a channel together that helps encourage and teach people how to look for shine on oil and you know how to feel consistency and like breads and dough and how to tell when something is actually done to the point like you know I can feel a steak, it's not rocket science. I just want to make everything so simple and then maybe teach some presentation uh, techniques that makes a plate. People eat with their eyes mostly. You could have the best dish in the whole world, and if you just slop it on a plate, it's going to be blasé. It's going to, you know. Now you can
Right.
have mediocre food, and a few.
Hello?
I think he sort of
I don't hear
fizzled
him.
out a little bit. Billy, come back. Come back.
Yeah,
By
but
the
what
way,
he's
AK
saying
Twin
is
Mommy.
I'm here. You can hear me, right?
okay. We can
Now
hear
we
you now.
can. We lost you. We lost you for a little bit there, but
All right. Did how far did you get? Go ahead, Lulu.
you,
Let's.
you were
No,
talking about
I was
making
only
things
going.
easy.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead,
I
Lulu.
I was only going to say that's exactly what I do. I don't do measurements unless I'm making a cake or cookies or something. I don't do measurements. It's your home. Some people like their food spicier. Some people like a little more salt. Some people like a little more pepper. It's up to your home. So I don't give measurements. I just say use a little of this, or, and taste it and go with what you think. It's your home. I don't tell you, how much you should use. That's up to you.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm working on basically in my mind is when I you know I look at a lot of recipes, a lot of different cooking channels, and the biggest problem people have is they want to know how much is a pinch of salt. You know what I mean? Or like
Yeah.
they'll see somebody cook something and then they'll be like, "Can you give me that recipe?" What I want to do is bridge that gap and figure out how to convey to people, don't measure anything, like nothing.
Right.
And teach people how to put your hands on the food and be like, okay, that feels right. You know, it's still in development. I'm not a genius, so it's you know, it's something I'm
You
working
did.
on. So I'm
You
considering
did
on
do
putting
that,
a
right,
channel up like that.
Lulu? AK
Yes.
Twin Mommy. Okay.
Hi, twin mommy. How are you, sweetie? Nice to see you.
And also, excellent food doesn't have to be very complicated at all. Today for lunch, I cooked, what did I make? It was linguine. And all I did was
Hello?
Lost him again.
Yeah. Well, we lost some high FV tuna. I miss you, sweetie.
But that's honestly, I think that could be a great thing right about now. It's perfect timing for doing stuff that he's talking about because of the simple fact I have a feeling a lot of people are going to have to go back to cooking. Uh, they ain't going to be able to afford to go out and eat. Uh, Jobs ain't going to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Tammy, the other day, right? Last week sometime, I bought 2 pieces of filet mignon, right?
Yeah.
2 pieces. That was $60.
Yep. I know it's gotten stupid.
Yes.
Uh,
So, but I sliced it up and and it cooked really quickly, and I served that up with asparagus, and I forgot what else. And I fed
I
like,
seen that.
yes, I fed like 4 or 5 people with that.
Right. See, so you were able and capable of making what most people would eat as a dinner in its own right into a dinner
Yes.
for 4 or 5 people. See,
4 to
that's
5
type
people
of
I fed.
stuff. That's the type of stuff people are going to have to learn now.
Yeah, cost evaluation.
Hmm
Yes.
Because I mean I've already seen right up here at the McDonald's up the way here. Big Macs went from $3 and some change to almost $5 and some change now.
Right.
So that's a big jump in price in a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
Right.
So if they keep doing this, people ain't even going to be able to afford
They will.
to 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 eat out, even at a fast food joint. Okay. So they're going to have to learn stuff like what you're talking about. Take a $60 cut of meat, okay, and turn it into 4 and 5 meals
Yeah.
if they're going to make it. Just saying.
Yep.
I know how
Yeah.
to do it. I know how to do it. I've been doing that. My mom showed me how to do that since I was a little kid because we were poor ass people growing up. Yeah.
Right.
My
And,
my my
go
my
ahead, Bruce.
grandma taught me how to cook Southern.
Mhm.
Because I didn't take that in school. So in
Well, I can tell you
exchange,
now. Hold on, I'm going to stop you right there. Be thankful you didn't take it in school because school does not teach you how to cook Southern. Southern is just like you were saying. It's a pinch of this, a dash of that, uh, a heaping of this. Okay, there ain't no true measurements, and they
it's
try
a
to
whole
teach
different.
true measurements in school.
Well,
Right.
it's a whole different cuisine than I was taught.
Mhm.
But my point is what I taught my grandmother in exchange is that you can take because she don't like to buy real expensive food. Well, she just passed not too long ago, but she didn't like to buy real expensive food. And I said, hey, you can splurge and buy a chunk of salmon that you think is really expensive, and I would do it. And I'll be like, I'd cut that salmon up and plate it. By the time I plated it, you're looking at like $7 a plate. I'm feeding the whole family, and it's a better meal than you can possibly get within
Wow.
probably 300 miles,
Yep,
for sure.
that's like my aunt. She would take a pound of venison backstrap. Okay, and that 1 pound with the side dishes and everything else, normally a rice, normally some type of greenery, from asparagus to greens to whatever. Okay, and by the time she was done, she'd feed 7 and 8 people with a
That's
pound of
right.
meat.
Yep.
It can be done. It's
Yep.
possible.
Mm-hmm. My aunt was one of the best non chefs I ever seen as far as cooking.
Wow,
There's
and that's
definitely
good.
good cooks out there.
What's that, Billy?
There's definitely good cooks out there, and I'll tell you something else. Just because you go to school doesn't make you a really good cook either. You know, it's like a gift. Some people can draw, some people can play the piano, some people can paint.
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say about Bobby Flay again. He didn't go to school for that,
Yep.
and he started out as a dishwasher, and look at him now. How many restaurants doesn't he own? And he's great. He's amazing.
Yes, he
Yeah,
is.
I read
Have you
that.
ever ate at any of his restaurants? I have. I've eaten too.
No,
Oh my God, you go get some great food, and he is a stickler on what is put out of his restaurants. You don't
Well,
that's
just
it.
go in and get a piece of shit plate. If you have too many problems in a restaurant and people complaining, he fires that cook. He don't
Wow.
play. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he's like, on point and no, my stuff is gonna be good or you gotta get out.
Yep, and he is, and I'll tell you now, you will not get a shitty plate of food going into any of his restaurants. He don't play.
well, you're paying for it. You shouldn't. You know, usually when I'd have something come back to the kitchen, it's usually because the customer actually does not know what they're ordering,
Mhm.
or they don't know. Most of the time, it's with meat products. It's like someone will order a medium steak and they'll get a medium steak and they really wanted a well done steak. You know,
Right.
stuff like that. It's usually
Well, you know what my biggest problem is? Is they always overcook my steak because I'm the type of person that I like to see blood coming out of my steak. Okay,
oh, you
and
like rare.
and yes, I love rare. Now I ain't near as bad as my grandpa. My grandpa used to tell him send that cow across the grill when it comes back, knock the horns off of it, wipe its ass, wipe its nose, put it on the plate.
Yeah.
That's the way he liked his steak. Just barely a tinge of brown on any of it.
Well, I can.
I ain't that bad, but I do like a rare steak where there's blood coming out of it, and 9 times out of 10, it's always
Ew.
Yeah,
always.
I can tell you a little secret. If you order a rare steak and if it's properly rested, it will not bleed all over the plate. And if people aren't
That's how I
accustomed
like it.
if people aren't accustomed to that and it's not bleeding all over their plate, then you have another issue. So
That's
a
true.
cook,
That's
a
true.
cook may not know that because when you order a steak at a restaurant, it's not going to be rested. It's going to sit on the counter until the girl or boy, until the waiter or waitress comes and picks it up.
Mhm.
And that could be a couple minutes or that could be a couple seconds. So
Right. See that's another problem. Like when you do go into a big restaurant and it's busy, if the waitress or the waiter is not on point, it'll sit under that heat lamp and cook too. You know, and they really miss out on that aspect. And so that's another thing about Flay's restaurants. Them waitresses and waiters, they're on point. When they get something coming to that window, they're getting it. It ain't sitting up there for long periods of time because they know it can't cook under them heat lamps.
well, not all kitchens. Most of the kitchens I've worked in do not have heat lamps. So
Oh wow! See, most of the ones I've cooked in, especially down south, it seems like they have a heat lamp that they go under, a red light heat lamp, and
I, I'm what Smoking Gun says. I'm up in the wilderness, so
right. Okay, there you go. I tell you what though, I'd say the best hamburger I ever ate came from a little hole in the wall out in the middle of nowhere
I'm
that we
telling you.
just happened along. Me and my dad were traveling when I was younger, and we just happened along. We were going down this road. We were taking a shortcut to get from point A to point B, and we saw this place, and we were getting hungry. I said, Dad, let's eat there. Went in there, and I tell you what, the best hamburger I ever put in my mouth came from out of a restaurant. Let's put it that way. Out of a restaurant, came from that restaurant. Unfortunately, it's now closed down. They had a major fire and it burned them down. So and they never reopened, which was sad. That's why I ain't even naming the name because the restaurant's not around no more to name, you know. Then the second best hamburger I had came from a little beach bar down in down there by Keaton Beach, Florida, and they tore that down. That was a sad day because it was an old. It was made to look like an old Twisty Cream ice cream cone, and it was a major tourist spot actually for a lot of people. A lot of people knew that throughout the world, knew that place throughout the world. And when they tore it down, people were actually disappointed to see that it was gone. You know, because I mean, and I'm talking people from here in the UK, South America, you know, Japan. There was people that just came there just to go eat at the twisty cream ice cream cone place, you know.
Huh.
And when they tore that down, there were so many people disappointed. It was insane.
I bet.
But they really destroyed Keaton Beach down there when they sold off to the Seahag Marina. Seahag Marina bought up all the land around in that area, and they just destroyed Keaton Beach. It was saddening to see. They tore down the old marina that was there. They tore down the Krispy Kreme place. You know, or not Krispy Kreme, but the crispy or the twisty ice cream place. They tore down a couple of other places around in the area. It was really saddening because they really destroyed Keaton Beach for what it was. And he did it all to try to build up his business at Seahag Marina down in Steenahatchee, Florida. That guy didn't know what type of gold mine he had and didn't care, you know. But yeah, you got a good idea there. I think, Billy. Truth be told, like I said, people are going to have to learn that. I think the way prices are going on beef, the way hell even fucking pork's up. Even that, and you know, pork never goes up, but it's going up now. Everything's going up. So,
Well, that's another aspect. I was trying to express earlier when my microphone was cutting off. I think I had my hand over it or something. But for dinner today, I made some linguine pasta, number 6, fettuccine. I'm sorry, number 6. But it was so simple. I had some deer burger, half a pound of that, half a pound of sausage, sweet sausage. Fried that up in some onion on some olive oil and garlic. I halved up some cherry tomatoes. I think I squeezed some lemon juice on it. It was excellent. There's very little ingredients. Very simple. You know,
I gotta see your fingers move, bud.
What's that?
Oh my God, Billy, you're making me hungry, Billy.
Oh, you should see what I made yesterday.
I'm adding you King 9 if you want to go ahead and click back to no camera. There you go.
I just nobody wants to see my dumb shit.
Yeah, I got to make sure, you know, the foreign bomb and stuff. You know how that goes, man.
Why do you see? Why have you seen anybody out there using my stuff?
Man, dude, they're using everybody right now to get the
No.
people. I'm telling you. So I'm just being careful all the way around.
Well,
Yeah.
I can tell you this for a fact. I will always let you know it's really me.
Yep. That's what I said. I knew as soon as I said that, let me see your fingers move. I knew you'd be all right with it.
I
Hi,
think the
King
only one
Nine.
that hello, the only one that's ever done anything like that is that man with a mic.
And with a mic. That's his name? That
Yeah,
man with the mic?
he,
Okay.
yeah, he hassles Mouse. You know, him and
Oh, no,
Stunny are
no,
buddies.
no. Brian's been hit 2 or 3 times. Any Packer fan was running Brian's channel. He got nailed a couple of times. I mean, yeah, it's stupid right now with the porn bombing and the porn scamming.
You mean
I got
KY Packer fan, right?
Yeah, KY Packer fan. I'm sorry. Yeah, KY Packer fan. My bad.
I got
Hey,
It's
Gas
15
okay.
Control.
years. I'm above it all.
Yeah. It ain't you that I'm worried about. It's the
No.
idiots that might use your name and use your
Oh,
thumbnail that I'm more worried about.
oh.
You've never gave me a reason to ever worry about that. Even back in back in the days when we were yelling and screaming at each other. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I know where you stand.
Well, back in the day when I started here, cloning somebody was fighting words.
Right. Oh, damn, that looks good, Lulu.
I knew you would notice that, Tammy. That was a vanilla cake that I made, right? And I put chocolate icing on it, and then I put M&Ms on top and Twix bars all around.
Oh my God, that's gotta be so good.
It was. It really was.
It's guaranteed to put you in diabetic coma in 5 minutes or your money back.
Yes, that's the only bad thing. But I
What a way
only
to
make
go.
that once a month. That's it. So
Yeah, you're right, Gas Control Rich. Yeah, you can thank for that. That's when a lot of food prices started going up, especially the more healthy food. That you know, when she started getting on that health kick because Americans were too fat, you know, uh, 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 a lot of healthier food prices started going up. Right now, a good thing that I think will take off here shortly would be a person showing how to grow a garden in small places and getting the max yield that you can get in small places. Uh, you all like what you were talking about, Billy. Truth be told, Lulu, where you take a $60 piece of meat and make 5-6 meals out of it. Things like that. That's going to be freaking imperative before long. And
Well,
people are going to make it.
There are some channels up already doing that, and have been for a while. And I'll tell you one thing: they get a lot of subscribers, like a lot, like hundreds of thousands.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I am not doubting you. I'll tell you another thing that and I'm thinking about doing it myself is survival stuff. And going into the woods with just the bare necessities and showing you how you can survive. Not when you got every tool you need known to man over at your house that's just next door to where you just went into the woods. A lot of these DIY selfers that claim to be, I'm a prepper. If they didn't have every tool known to man in their house at their disposal, they couldn't make 5 minutes out in the woods. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good idea, Tammy. Let me tell you, and you're the right man for it.
Hmm. I know my shit. That's for sure.
Yep.
I'd like to revisit something that Tammy just brought up about that, saying that healthy food costs more money. I always got a chuckle out of that because I remember when organic food was taking off in the grocer, and I was thinking like, okay, you're not pumping these animals full of hormones and antibiotics and all this stuff, so you're saving money right there. And then you're going to write organic on the label, charge me twice as much money for the product. And 100 years ago, there was no such thing as food that was not organic. It makes me
Right.
laugh.
Yep. I agree.
And just to touch on the subject, just for a hair more, all these preppers prepping and canning and doing all this stuff. 100 years ago, that was normal life. They weren't called preppers. That was just normal. People stocked
Yep.
up on rice and beans and all that stuff. That was just, their cellar was full of canned goods. I'm like, what the hell's all this crap? Talk to your grandma, talk to your grandpa, you know, talk
They
to
didn't.
old
They
people.
didn't call it a root cellar for nothing. You know what I
I
mean?
can guarantee you that stuff that says organic on it, you take that to a lab,
Oh, I know
if
it.
you know,
I
I
know it.
guarantee you that's not organic. The only thing
Yeah.
organic about that is the price.
Well, there's disclaimers on the label.
Yep.
If you look up the label, it says it's got to be like, I don't know, 70% or 85% organic or some crap like that. I know it's all a ruse.
FDA.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
FDA. You're right. Yep. And they play that game very well just to make prices go up.
Just to make money.
Yep. And it's saddening. It's very saddening. That's why I said people teaching taking a small area and making a max yield out of their garden. You know, I've seen people have a very very small backyard and turn it into a garden and get yields out of it that actually they were giving stuff away to their next door neighbors because it would have went bad before they would have ate it.
Right.
Okay. I've seen people grow tomatoes in boxes on their windowsills. I've seen them hang buckets out their windows and grow their freaking tomatoes out the window. You know, in a bucket. I've seen corn grown that way. I've seen potatoes grown that way. I mean, there's so much stuff you can do with just a 5-gallon bucket that you can hang on a hanger outside your window of your apartment. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. You can do so much stuff. I know people who have grown their tomatoes indoors. Things like that. They put it right by a sliding door or a window so they get it to get the max sun that they can get on it so it gets sun. And then so it can do its photosynthesis, which is part of a plant's life. It's got to have that. It's got to do that. If you don't do that, it will die. You know, so I've seen people do that. You know, and people need to know how to do all that. You know, it's stuff like that can really be beneficial for people. I think in the coming years.
But remember, boys and girls, don't catch that rainwater because it belongs to the government and they'll send you to jail.
Yeah.
You gotta have that. You gotta have that fluoridated shit.
Yeah, fluoride and chlorine bullshit.
Hey, that wouldn't surprise me, King 9.
No,
There's some states that prevent you from collecting water. There's some states that say you can only collect so much water. Shit like that, believe it or not.
There's a guy run into. He lives in Maryland, and he said they tax the rain over there. I was like, what? And he said, yeah, they really do. They tax the rain to benefit some bay on the ocean over there. And, that's all a bunch of BS anyways.
Right. Yeah, you're right, Bill. But a lot of people don't know how to grow that even. So, you know what I'm saying, Bill? Just saying.
Might need to be figuring that out here pretty quick.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Because I'm telling you now, if not, it's going to be hard for lots and lots and lots and lots of people.
Yeah, millions and millions.
And you've seen sort of a small taste of what was going on in Texas. The stores ran out of food quicker than I expected them even.
Well, there's only 3 days of food.
They had them power outages. Okay. The food places that were giving out food were running out of food quickly. People were fighting over food.
Yeah.
In that short amount of time in Texas.
Yeah.
Okay. And a lot of them Texas boys and girls know how to hunt their own food and shit, and they were still freaking out.
Could you imagine Rick attached to the end of a big turkey leg? like a rabid dog.
There's you a meme right there, buddy. You can go miles with that meme. Just saying.
Well, they were making fun of him one time on, I think it was Discord, where they got a close-up picture of him and put the big words on there. I want to eat your brain.
That's funny. But yeah, all this stuff can be really good and helpful things. And I was really surprised in Texas, especially. There've been people that really pride themselves on being very self-sufficient people. And they were hit with something that didn't make them so self-sufficient. You know what I mean? So they learned their inadequacies of self-sufficientness. So hopefully they learn from their mistakes and actually take the time to learn how inadequate their self-sufficientness was. Okay. And become more self-sufficient, and all. But it was starting to get real scary real quick, down there in Texas. And finally they got some shit going, and that stuff sort of got quieted down a little bit, real quick. But they went a long time without much happening. And they were starting to break down pretty quick in Texas, so that shows you how quick things can break down. I mean, that was a week and a half without some people not having power, and how quick it was starting to break down. There's people right now that don't know what to do. They don't even know how to shut off the water to their house, and their house is flooded out when their pipes broke. Okay, they didn't know to keep the water running to keep their pipes from busting. Things like that, I mean.
Yeah, I know stuff like that's rocket science, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it's common sense, actually. But unfortunately, like I said earlier in here, common sense is something that a lot of people are lacking nowadays. Yes, saying.
Well, common sense never was that common in the first place, I don't believe.
Yeah, more common 56 years ago than it is now, I guess.
I'll tell you something. I have a friend down in Texas, and he's part of the prepper community. He's a little bit older, and he's pretty smart. And he lost the power, and I think he had to run over to his boy's house. His pipes froze. His goldfish died. You know, we're so reliant on electricity. It's not even funny.
Right.
You know, he's all in the market for a generator, but you know, that's another thing. If the power does go out for any extended period of time, you know, you can't just run down the gas station and get gas for your generator. So,
Well,
we're just
keeper of the list, you know, I was talking to some people in Canada. They have them windmills up there in Canada. They have heaters on them to up in Canada to keep them from freezing up. And then the other standby normal electricity, the only thing they really had going there for a bit was their nuclear power, which that was over inundated for people wanting to use power because everybody wanted heat. And we're plugging in the heaters and turning on their heaters and everything else. Because their coal plants were basically all but obsolete anymore because now it's illegal. Now it's almost illegal to mine a piece of coal.
right.
They didn't have the ability to switch over to like an oil or things like that. And their thing that was some of the stuff that they actually were looking into. Why wasn't it switched over to oil? Things like that. They never set it up for the ability for it. When the company that's supposed to be taking care of their electricity never made the ability to happen. That's why several people got fired from that company, including the president and things like that.
We got to remember all these crises are artificially, come about.
A lot of them did.
Like all commodities, fuel, gold, whatever. It's all artificially high.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest problems is that we as a society put our reliancy on things that are out of our control. We get so dependent on, say, Texas and electricity. You're so reliant on that electricity, but you have absolutely no power over it at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got that snowstorm down there. So you imagine it gets cold. You're not set up for that. That's a hot place to live. So all your pipes break. And if the power, and that right now, it's like probably 70, 80 degrees down there. If the power goes up for a week and a half, you lose everything in your refrigerators. Your plumbing's screwed over. I mean, it's just a huge mess.
That's what I can't figure out. Why didn't Rick have the brains enough to, if his electricity went out, why not just take his food outside and put it in the snow, like Riot?
Right. Well, what gets me though is if it was so cold.
Hell, I knew that.
Well, hell, even if it was so cold in the house, like he was saying, why didn't he just open the doors on the refrigerator?
Yeah, leave it out on the counter.
Yeah.
Hey, Tammy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go now because I've got my granddaughters here and they're all making noise and they're just wild little. You guys have a great night, okay?
I appreciate you coming up here and talking with us, Lulu. I really do.
Anytime.
And you try to have a good rest of your evening and enjoy your grandchildren.
Thank you, hon. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Right.
Nice to meet you, Billy.
Yeah, nice to talk to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See,
you guys. I was gonna say, you guys really missed out. If you really wanted to be on the heyday of Beans and Bullets, that was about 2014, 2015.
What the heyday for what?
Beans and Bullets.
Oh, Beans and Bullets. Well,
that's what I call that. That's what I call that prepper patriot community. I call them Beans and Bullets.
Right. I think that's going to make a reinsurgence.
there wasn't pretty much one of them that didn't have SHTF in the title of their videos.
Right, right.
I call it prepping. I call it drama prepping now.
Mm.
I can't even watch any of them channels anymore. It's just become
Oh God, yeah.
like,
Some of them that just got so stupid. Yep, you ain't kidding. Oh my God, the world's coming to an end, and you got to.
Alex Jones, martial
How
law,
about-
Jane Helmer.
Yeah. I mean, I was watching one. He started out with reading all of Revelations, and then he went into prepping. Okay, I'm like, this is not what I came here for. You know? I am not a Christian. I don't care about
Why-
listening to Revelation.
Why were you guys into James Yeager and stuff like that?
No,
never.
I was into learning it from Native Americans.
Well, no, like I said, a lot of the Beans and Bullets community were more so about you need the latest and the greatest black rifle and shit like that.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you got to have
or some
gotta have
pistol
this
that's a
30-round
super
mag.
fast death machine.
Yeah. You got to have this 30-round mag, and the gun's got to shoot 1.5 corporals a second. Remember that match?
Oh yeah, yeah. He was talking about.
Machine gun can shoot 1.5 corporals a second.
He's talking about the M2 carbine, which was an M1 carbine that had a selector switch.
Yep. That shit cracked me up when I watched that match. But yeah, that's what they say you got to have nowadays. And honestly, if you want to know what my idea of the perfect rifle in a survival situation, if you're out in the woods, is a black powder rifle, and you need to learn how to make black powder. But once you learn how to make black powder, which it ain't that hard to do, you got an unlimited supply of anything, especially if you get a smoothbore rifle, because all you got to do is throw something down the barrel and then shoot it.
Yeah, you be the one running around in the woods with a blunderbuss.
Oh no, but I wouldn't mind having a flintlock or a cap lock. Blunderbusses don't shoot very far. They put out a lot of scatter. They put out a lot of scatter, but they don't shoot far. I want something that at least will at least go 40, 50 yards. You know?
Yeah, but hey, you can shove anything down the barrel you can find though. You can put rocks and sticks and glass and nails
that's why I said a smooth barrel. It wasn't uncommon for them even back in the let's take the Revolutionary War, because most of what they had was smooth barrel flintlock guns. Okay, back then. It wasn't uncommon for them to take a glass window and break it, throw glass shards down in it, pick up pebbles off the ground and throw it down in there. You name it. As long as you have a piece of wadding on top of that, of some type, on top of that powder, because if you don't have that wadding, it don't make the combustion that you need. It just blows out and around the shot that you throw down there, whatever it is. You got to have that wadding to help push it and give the combustion.
They still use smooth bores. They're in military service today. The main battle tanks of Israel, Germany, and United States are smooth bore guns.
Yeah, because you can practically put anything down through the barrel. That's why.
Yeah, I seen this dude in Indonesia that had a homemade rifle, and he only used the heads of matches to set it off.
Yep.
It was flintlock, but his propellant was heads of matches.
Yeah.
Well, sulfur is a main ingredient in black powder, so
I
Makes
knew
sense
how to
to
make
me.
that at one point. All you
No,
really,
he literally cut the heads off matches. That's what.
yeah,
Hey,
no, I get it. That was his cap.
Mhm. It makes sense to me. I mean, sulfur is one of the main ingredients in black powder, so
it,
it
Yeah,
makes
it, and it was kind of he actually had the guy had to pay him to shoot it because he didn't want to the
waste
being somebody that lives off the land, the lead, uh, it was expensive for him to replace, I guess.
or
You know,
scarcity.
yeah, he's some dude out in the middle of bungfuck nowhere and some rice paddy or something.
You know what?
Hey,
You know.
now, Preston.
He's-
Go ahead.
I was just saying hi to News Now, Preston. He just
Uh,
came in the room.
what cracks me up all these gun fads is, from what I see, is that 90% of the stuff they're putting out seems like if the batteries die, the gun's basically useless. They
Yeah.
got batteries in their lights and scopes and buttons and all this crap. I'm like, get the hell out of here. I don't want any batteries on any of my stuff at all.
Yep. I agree. A good iron
you
sight,
know,
a good iron
you,
sight, you can do just as much damage
you know,
as
we
what
you
you're
know
doing.
we call that in the business tactical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tactical. I commented on somebody's, because I'm in the guns pretty good, and I commented on somebody's tread the other day about I won't buy anything with the word tactical, tack this, tactical that. I don't even want to see that word on anything that I own. Nothing.
Yep. The last time I bought a gun, it was a 22, just a regular old 22, right out of at that time it was Walmart. They had the cheapest gun at the time, and that's where they delivered it to. The company I bought it from. I had to pay the clerk for the delivery there and all that, because where I was at, they didn't have any other place to send the rifle to at the time. I tried to get them to send it
That
to
was your FFL.
Yeah, so they didn't. They just, unfortunately, that was one of the very few times in the many, many years that I go to Walmart. I am not fans of Walmart at all. I'd rather spend extra money at a mom and pop store.
Although I bet you miss that Fabrique Nationale.
Fabric National.
It was probably a
The F-
Stevens or a Marlin.
The FN. Didn't you say you had a FN FAL at one time?
Oh, not me. No.
Oh.
No. I said he had to get a Walmart because that was the only place that had an FFL license.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I thought at one time he had owned FN FAL.
Not me. Oh, you mean a FAL rifle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I owned one of those. Yeah.
Yeah,
A long time ago.
it's
Yeah,
it's
back
made
in the-
by made by FN Fabrique Nationale in Belgium.
Oh yeah. Okay, you had lost me. I'm sorry. But
Yeah,
that was a nice rifle. But I didn't have it all tacked out. I didn't have all these scopes and shit on it and things like that.
when I was like 11 years old, I tried to wheedle one of those out of my dad. I want a gun, and it's something we can share. So it either has to be a Fabrique Nationale or an M14. So even at a young age, I knew quality.
Yes, you did.
What did you end up with?
Oh, it was fucking sad. A Marlin Model 3022. I was all excited for I'd been working on them because Christmas was coming up, and I got up. I see this box shoved behind the tree, and hey, that looks like a gun box.
Uh-oh.
And as I'm tearing it open, and I'm wondering, this box doesn't say Springfield Armory on it. The fuck? What the fuck is this?
Hey, my first gun was a Marlin.
uh,
I might be dating myself a
Yeah.
little bit. I'm not that old. I'm in my mid 40s, but when I was a kid, you could hunt when you were 12. I think it's still like that. But I had a.
yeah, but you got to have a parent accompany you.
But anyways, I saved up my money, and I still remember how much it was. I saved up my money, and my dad took me to the gun shop, and I bought my first rifle with paper route money.
There you go. My
Well-
first gun that I bought, the first gun I bought, I was working for. I had started becoming I was a dispatcher for a taxi cab company, and I bought my first gun through saving up tip money from that. And you want to talk about taking a while? That took me a while.
Well,
Well, you want? Oh, go ahead.
I'll tell you something else. This is how it was in the mid 80s. I went down. I think you had to be 12 years old to buy a rifle at that time, and I used my hunting license as an ID. There was no background check. There wasn't any of this crap. I walked out of there with a Marlin 3030. Still
I
have it.
remember those days. I remember those days.
Well, see, what the messed up thing for me was, you know, my dad used, when we go downtown, used to take me to this big Army Navy surplus store, and they also, the old man there sold guns, and this was in the early '80s. So it's got all the cool shit, the FNs, the HKs, the AKs.
Maybe some Mosins.
I got to hold Uzi and a Mac 10 before. I mean, they're not the NFA ones, but
Right.
still, I mean, this was long before the '94 ban.
Right.
And
Oh yeah.
fucking then he gets me that goddamn Marlin. And that one was cool. I'm a little kid, and the guy behind the counter, hey, you want to hold this? You want to hold that? You know, remember back in the day, you know, when like colors came out, the Tech 9, it was all evil and shit.
Yep.
I got to hold one of those. they didn't give a shit.
Nope, not back then. Not back then. They didn't. I
That's what-
remember the days before you had to have a background check on a freaking goddamn handgun.
Well,
I
that was
bought my first handgun when I was 16 years old. And all I did was walk in with the money and say, "Here, I want that one." He said, "Okay," and he boxed it up and
Well-
put it in the handgun.
well, the old man was kind of he had a funky sense of humor. He was all, because I didn't really like the Tech 9. It was just because it was in a lot of movies, you know, shoot 'em up type movies and crap. He
They're
said,
kind of junk.
and you go, you don't really want that because that's only good if you want to rob a gas station.
Right.
So, I'll be right back, guys.
And I know I didn't have the money for like a 91 or a G3.
Right.
Those were
a Tech 9's
expensive
probably-
back then.
That's one of the few guns I probably haven't owned is a Tech 9. They're junk. I've fondled one before, and I was like, yeah, this thing's a piece of crap. What's your time?
I'm more of a Mauser or guy.
I have a pretty good story. I had a Mac 10, and my neighbor, there was a couple brothers that lived across the way.
Was
and
it? No, wait a minute. Was that the Uzi? No, weren't those made by IMI too?
Yeah, some of them were. The one I had was made by.
Yeah, they were made in Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were the good ones.
Well, I didn't have one of those. The one I had was made by Colbray.
Okay, Cobra. Yeah, I remember them.
But I got it. I think I paid $200 for it or something, and it came with one magazine. I think it was a 30 round or something like that. But anyways, my neighbor come over, and he really wanted my gun, and I was like, "What do you got to trade for it?" And he brought over a Mauser. What did they call them Mausers?
Which one? Was it a World War One, the Gewehr 98, or was it the K98, the short one?
No, this was a long one, and I just don't remember. This was back in the early '90s. It had a fore end. The wood stock went all the way to the end of the barrel. I can't remember what it was, but it was super accurate. I mean, the gun was right on.
That was probably Turk then. Maybe Turk. I'd have to look at it.
I probably didn't. Well, make a long story short, it wasn't but a couple days later. His brother come over and he says, "Hey, you got to trade Sean back that gun." I was like, "Why? I like the Mauser a lot better." And he says, "No, you don't understand." Because I'm like, "I'm not trading no way back for that." And he said, "You have to, you have to." I was like, "What's going on, Scotty?" And he says, "Well, Sean's over there. He's got the whole house shut up because he's shooting it in the house. He's got holes all over the ceiling and all over the house." He's like, "You have got," because I guess Sean would get all drunk and think he was some sort of gangster or some shit, shut up the house. So I said, "All right, send him over." So here comes Sean back over with the Mac 10, and I'm like reluctantly trading him back, but it was funny though.
What if I could ask you? What did that Mauser fire?
I think it was 7.62 by no, not. I think it was 7x57 if I remember right.
So it was 7mm.
Yeah.
Okay, then it was Turk or one of the Central or South American countries.
It was a beautiful gun, man. He said it was his grandfather's. So I'm sure that rifle is pretty old, but it was in excellent shape.
Yeah, those aren't even if they're don't have import marks on them, and they're all original. They're not as worth as much as vet bringbacks from World War II.
I think it's the only Mauser I've ever owned. I'm pretty sure. Now I think I've had some. I think Ruger rifles, don't they run on a Mauser action?
No, Remington had to pay the Germans reparations during the First World War.
Huh.
Because they stole the action for the Gewehr 98, which is the German long rifle. .792 by 57. Well, 8mm, same shit.
I used to know so much more about guns than I do now. It's so funny how if you don't pay attention to something after a while, you kind of forget it. I used to know so much about guns. Now I'm like lost because.
Me, I only would have wanted to been in World War II to rob the Germans. Not really. I don't want to kill anybody. I just want to rob them of their shit.
Yeah, they're Cougars.
The Germans had some good shit back in World War II. That ain't no lie.
Okay, guys, I'm not taking you prisoner, but I'm not going to kill you. This is a stick up.
Yeah.
I want your knives. I want your steel. I want your guns. That's it.
Yeah.
Go home.
Give me that.
But some of the uniform pieces are more valuable than the equipment or firearms. Well, depending on what it is. Too.
Yeah, you're right on that. It's amazing. You were the one that got me looking into some of that shit. I was amazed at some of the prices on the German uniforms and what they're worth. It was amazing. I was like, So, you know,
Hell,
there's like,
hell, even good replicas are expensive.
yep, yep. I mean, it was amazing. You know, well, you know, they up till here to before this pandemic, they used to have World War II reenactments, and they had Civil War reenactments, and they had all
I
sorts of types of reenactments like that.
Yeah, I wanted to do that stuff.
Yeah. I never
But that's
did the I never did the more modern day wars, but I did do a lot of Civil War reenactments when I was younger. That shit's fun, man.
well. Hey, you could have a different kind of reenactment. You could have the Civil War guys fight the Germans.
That would be funny.
No, that's not the reenactment we need. I know which
Remember,
reenactment we need.
well, I was basing that. They used to have that. Oh, what was that? On cable, Spike TV. Deadliest Warrior, and that
Yeah,
was one. That was one of the pair ups they did was the Waffen SS against the Viet Cong,
Oh wow.
which which I can tell you for a fact that actually did happen, and I'll tell you how. Because after World War II, a lot of SS men who were just just part of the military part of it, they couldn't, because of what the organization they belonged to, they couldn't get jobs and shit. So a lot of them, because they were experienced soldiers, they went into the French Foreign Legion, and in the early 1950s, up until we kind of took over, um, a lot of the French Foreign Legion men that were over there were former SS soldiers, and they were kicking their ass. And the UN stepped in and says, "We can't have that. You're winning too much." And so they put their regular guys over there, and then we had Dien Bien Phu, and then the rest is history.
Huh. Who did the show decide?
It, in fact, the British, before that, after World War II, had armed Japanese prisoners to fight them.
Wow. Didn't know that.
So who did the TV show decide who won?
Yeah, I don't really know how they figured it out, but I think the Waffen SS guys won, but I don't know. Maybe they were basing that on that because a lot of them went to the Foreign Legion.
I was laughing at that particular program one night when they said the Turks would be outdone by the Germans. And when the Germans would see a Turk, I had an uncle that was a great uncle that was in World War II, and he had a Turkish unit stationed with him. And when that Turkish unit went out to fight, the Germans hid. They didn't want nothing to do with the Turks because they were sitting there splitting it 25 yards of freaking peanut with a goddamn knife, throwing it at them. And then they could sneak into their freaking foxholes and kill the guy right next to them and get out before they even knew what happened.
Oh, you're thinking of the Gurkhas.
Yeah, the Gurkhs. Yeah, the Gurkhas. Excuse me.
Yeah. They love killing shit with that kukri, man.
Yeah, and they said they would lose every time. I'm like, bullshit. When people were terrified of them in wartime, they were terrified. They would run and hide.
The British sent Gurkhas against the German paratroopers at Monte Cassino, and they were scared of those. And they were scared of those fuckers because, like I said, they preferred killing somebody with that fucking knife over shooting them.
Yes.
They'd lunge at guys on fucking machine guns and try to split their head open.
Yeah. Literally. They were badass with the Gurkhas, but you got to remember, that ain't just a way of life to them. That's a religion to them.
Yeah, I know. You know how they became to serve the British?
No, I do not. How did
Because
that?
when they were rolling through India and shit, oh, they're thinking, oh, these fuckers are all dumb, and we can, do what we want. Then they run up on these guys, and then they, after so long, the British king decided to pay them not to kill British soldiers anymore.
There you go. That makes sense. I mean, they were more of a what do you call that? Where you pay them?
Yeah, like mercenaries. Yeah.
Yeah, mercenary. They were more of a mercenary type people. Yeah, whoever paid the most, they went follow. But when they pull that knife, it always has to draw blood. That's why you look at the arms of a true Gurkha. Their arms are freaking scarred from top to bottom.
I've actually had two genuine ones. One was made in India, but it had the British proof broad arrow on it, so I know it was real. And then the real cool, I never showed that one on camera, was actually World War II vintage. It was British made. Whether I ever see these things again is anybody's guess.
Yeah, I know. That's sad, man.
But too, and the British sent them against the Japanese, and they were scared to death of them too.
Anybody who's ever fought them was scared of them Gurkhas because they called them the ghost. They called them the ghost troops in freaking Vietnam. That's the Vietnamese name for them. Ghost troops. I forget what it translate how you say it in Vietnamese, but it translated out to ghost troops because they were so good at sneaking in and killing someone right next to their partner in a freaking foxhole.
I don't even think they were. I don't think they were allowed to use them in Korea.
I don't know. I know in Vietnam they used them because I knew a captain that was there that had them attached to them, and they were actually teaching the rock soldiers how to fight their way, and also incorporating American tactics into it. So, just saying, I know that happened.
I wouldn't want to pick a fight with a Gurkha with his knife.
No. At 25 yards, it split your head open, man. Throwing that son of a bitch. They pop out from behind a tree 25 yards away, split your pumpkin, and be back behind the tree before anybody else can shoot them. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even, in World War II, I don't even think that many of them died.
Nope.
And they were like right at the front doing all kinds of crazy shit.
Yep. Like I said, the Germans seen them after they got to know what they were. The Germans would run and hide. There's stories of it. They were some badass motherfuckers, dude.
But you know what's also ironic? They also had Indian troops fighting in German uniform.
Yeah, you're right.
Rick one time was challenging me, and I found a picture of, well, he wasn't like a total black guy, but pretty damn close enough. Yeah, and he was actually in a SS volunteers uniform. He didn't believe me about foreign volunteers.
What Rick are you talking about?
Oh, Rick Rude.
Yeah.
The Mecca of macaroni.
Huh. No.
He calls himself the Mecca of manhood, but he's about the Mecca of the bullshit con artist.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't know how to string a chord. Made it into such a production.
How to do what?
for some reason, this dummy is converting his whole house to electric appliances instead of appliances that use the cheaper gas.
Mm-hmm.
And he was trying to get people to pay for some Romex wire and a plug and all this other BS. And now all these people told him how to do it, and now he wants money to hire an electrician.
And what gets me on this now, you can still use gas and use a lighter to light the gas, right? He just went through and bitched for like a week that he didn't have no electricity, and he's still wanting to convert his house over to electric.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
and if he had a gas stove, he could have left the damn stove off, cooked on it still, and got heat.
Right.
sounds like manhood to me.
So, yeah, and people are buying into it hook, line, and sinker. Let them. You know, it's their stupidity. And next year when an ice storm comes through and he's whining and crying about electricity, let them.
You know what? What I notice is that people ask for money and they get a little bit of it, and then other people that are like really talented at what they do, they don't have to ask for money and they get a lot of it.
Yeah,
I've noticed that on the old YouTube. There's a guy. I don't know if I call him a guy. He's a pretty younger guy. His name's Alex Steele, and he's a blacksmith fabricator.
mm-hmm.
Dude, I was watching one of his live streams one night, and this is a while back, probably a couple years ago. I forget what he was making. He was pounding out something, forging something. Maybe I can't even remember what he was making. Maybe he was making a sword or something. And people were giving him like $200, $500, $100. There wasn't. Dude. I think he probably made like $4,000 in 3 hours doing but he is really, really, really damn good at what he's doing. No joke, for sure. Yeah.
Usually guys like him get built up because he's part of a group. They call it multi-channel networking.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh well, you get sucked into my channel, and I try to send you into my buddies' channels, and you pretty much donate.
I didn't know. Well, yeah, there was a little bit of that, but usually it was like he would make the metal piece and someone else would do the woodworking. And yeah, I guess there was a little of that.
I know it, but behind the scenes, there's actually a mob type structure where one of the personalities run it, and you give them a percentage of whatever you get.
Right.
Because they're promoting you.
Right.
Yeah, I could see that.
But you're right though. It's like I've seen different people do different things, that they were really good at, and they were getting mega bucks,
Well, like Davidas, have you ever heard of him? He's a musician down in Florida. He was doing live streams at the beginning of the whole lockdown situation last year about this time. And dude, he was running a live show, just playing shit. He's really, really good at what he does. And dude, people were donating big bucks to him. I mean, like constantly $25, $50, blah, 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 all night long.
Yep.
Yeah, and Google gets 30% of it.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, like my point is, somebody just screwing off, trying to convince everybody else they're good at something that they're not. They're asking you for money, and people are giving them like $5, $2.50, or $2.50, $19. Just I'm like, what the hell, man?
Yep, I've seen that too. And they got to beg for it, basically.
Just like the guy you're just talking about. Now he wants to hire an electrician. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry about cussing on your stream there, but come on, man.
I cuss all the time on my stream. Don't worry about it.
I don't usually cuss, but
Well,
not
he's
too
the
much.
Mecca of minestrone.
No, I like minestrone. I like macaroni.
He's the mecca of his own noodle.
Yeah, something. I don't know. I don't know the guy. I don't want to talk shit on anybody, but
Well, I do, and I've dealt with him for years, and I'll talk all the shit I want on him. and King Knight's dealt with him for a good 2 years, I think. But yeah, don't worry. You don't have to talk shit on the man at all. We'll do it all for you. Don't worry.
I don't know why Rick doesn't just auction some of those sex toys he has.
Yeah, you know, I mean, shit, he's got a collection for fucking hell, man.
probably why I don't want. Probably why I don't have people like me watching this stuff. I'd see that. It'd be over, man.
Yep. Oh man, dude. This dude is off the chain, dude. You wouldn't like him anyway. He cusses more than a sailor. I swear to God, he'd make a sailor blush, and everything else. He wouldn't be your cup of tea at all.
I don't mind. I don't mind people cussing.
And he cusses at women, calls them bitches, whores all the time. And it don't matter. It don't matter what woman. It don't matter if he's got a problem with them or not. You know, I have a problem with that. You know, even though I'll admit I have gone out and called women some pretty nasty names in my time when I was mad at him.
He don't like it when I call him Sambo.
Sambo. You know, but when you ain't even mad at the woman and you're still calling them bitches and whores, you know, you don't even know the woman and they're a bitch and a whore, you know, things like that. Know nothing about them. That's what Rick's about.
Yeah, it just tells me too much about a person that I may not be interested in the knowing.
Yeah, you piss me off and you're a woman, you might get called the C word. I've done it before. You know, you might be called a bitch. You might be called this. You know.
Hey, that C word that over in Britain. I'm on a couple live streams over in Britain, like almost daily, and that's just a regular word to them. It means nothing.
Yeah, same down there in freaking Australia, man. I mean, one of their famous comedian singers down there, I forget his name. Now, he even made a song. You can't say cunt in Canada.
Yeah, that's right.
Those Aussies are a bunch of sooky fuckwits.
Yeah.
Now be careful. Now there's some cool.
Oh, okay, I was wrong. I was wrong. Whingy sooky fuckwits.
Yeah, the way they talk over in England, they don't even bat an eye to each other. But you say half of that stuff over here, and oh my gosh, you will get accosted.
Yeah, you're right.
I still want to see him and Mouse battle it out.
You know, Kevin Bloody Wilson is the one that sang that song, by the way. And he's from Australia. When I first heard that song, I cracked up freaking laughing, man.
I'll have to look it up.
It talks about them actually telling him when he come and did his show, he couldn't say the word cunt over there in Canada. So he made this song up and sang it, and that was the first opening act he did in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I cracked up laughing.
In my town, who sings "I Shot the Sheriff"?
Bob Marley.
Yeah.
It wasn't. So. It must have been his kid or something. But they came to town, and the sheriff's office, the the sheriff's office asked them not to sing that song, and it was the first song they played. It was Ziggy Marley. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was up, and they said, "Don't sing that song, please. We'll shut you down." And he's like, "All right." It was the first song he did.
Yep.
Everybody
Yeah.
loved it.
It's great, man. Yeah, don't try to take my rights away. I'm going to keep my rights and tell you to fuck off.
The city attorney probably called him and say, "Don't do anything, because then we'll have a massive lawsuit on our hands."
Yeah, that was back in the day when they weren't canceling everybody. They were just, we used to have a civil, semi-polite society here stateside. Now it's getting
they're making mountains out of molehills anyway nowadays. That's the problem.
They're completely fabricating the molehills to get from the get-go. They're not even molehills. They're literally fabricating the molehill to turn into a mountain.
Right.
Yeah. And then the media makes it seem like everybody's on board with this, so that us that are not on board are like, "Oh, really? Okay, maybe I ought to get on board." Fuck that. Here I go again, cussing.
Well, you got to have your daily dose of fear porn.
Yes. My personal thing that I'd like to do is I like to find this fear porn, and then I like to point out how stupid it is. That's my new thing.
If they let you.
Yeah, you're right, because hey, Yeet, it's a cop. What's up, bud? If y'all ain't subbed to Yeet with a Yeet, it's a cop. He does a lot of good stuff too, guys. Young guy, but the guy is doing some good shit.
So I gotta ask you, Tammy, after the scamdemic is over, what do you think they're gonna bring out? You gonna think they're gonna go back to the racial thing, or
no? They're already doing it. It's global climate change. They're already doing it.
Or do you think
what do you guys have going on tonight?
Bring ISIS out of storage?
Really.
Heck yeah.
We're just.
I got attacked today.
What's that?
I got attacked today.
Oh shit! What happened, buddy?
I was doing a revisit on the Waconia City Hall, and when I was up there, this lady, the same Scott dude, come up on me, and this lady that was at the window mouthed off the comment saying, "You should just shut up because you sound like you're on drugs right now, and you sound like you're a druggie." Something along those lines. So, and I took it as, okay, so somebody who wants a little bit of freedom, standing up for their constitutionally protected rights, is now a quote unquote druggie,
Mm-hmm.
And so about the time, because he was asking me what he could help me with, I was like, well, I need FOIA request records and I need complaint forms. And he said, "Oh, we don't do that. We take it on a piece of paper." I was like, "No, you have public request forms and you have complaint forms."
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, after I realized I wasn't getting any help out of this dude, he was just doing it for the attention. I decided to go outside, and this lady that had mouthed off, I told her she should mind her own business. She started to mouth off that if you follow me, I'm going to hit you. Started throwing threats at me.
Mm-hmm.
Step outside, and I was like, well, we're going to go ahead and get our tag numbers here.
Is this
I
a
was like, maybe
Karen?
next time she'll know if she doesn't. Yeah, just a Karen. I was like, maybe next time she'll know that if she sees a camera, to just continue doing what you're doing and walk away, and nothing will happen. And she turns around, fucking, and she tries to grab my phone out of my hand to throw it.
Mhm.
But she failed to grab my phone out of my hand. I don't use GoPros and I don't, or the handles and all of that stuff. I use my hands because I have a strong grip. Yeah, she tried to take my phone. When she missed, she slapped me in the face. So I had my hood on, so I didn't really feel it, you know.
Mhm.
Then her boyfriend come up, and at this point, she had committed a crime, and they were both fleeing the scene of a crime.
Right.
And so I started walking kind of behind them, but I was giving them far enough space to where I was just documenting what was going around me. You know, I wasn't trying to be right up on them.
Mhm.
And when they split off, I told the dude, I was like, dude, just come up and talk to me, dude. Like, and he wouldn't talk to me. He's just screaming and yelling over me. And finally, I had to get loud with him. I'm like, dude, fucking let me say something then. And fucking, he started accusing me of harassing a minor, saying that she was pregnant 17-year-old, and all of this shit.
So he admitted to being with an underage girl.
That's what it sounded like. I don't know 100%, but he put hands on me, dude. He put hands on me.
Oh wow.
He
Just
pushed me into somebody's car. It was parked in their driveway, and he pushed me into it, and my phone fell and hit the snow.
Wow. Hey,
So why don't you
She-Devil.
kick his ass?
Huh?
Why don't you kick his ass?
When the phone hit the ground, I gave a good right hook to the face. And he had me up in an armbar. About that time, I swooped up and picked my phone up, and I had my phone in his face where my phone was about to represent my fist, because the way he had me in the armbar, he had his other hand locked to where he couldn't do nothing with it. And I was already wrapping his legs up and about to take him down when I grabbed my phone. And dude, it was pretty intense.
Sounds like it. Wow.
How come
Yeah,
no cool shit like that ever happens to me?
You ain't in the right place at the right time.
Apparently not.
And my next question. I'm good, She-Devil. How are you, hon? My next question, are you a bigger guy, Billy, truth be told?
Oh, I'm
No,
a
me, I'm a smaller guy.
I know you are, Yeet. I wanted to know about Billy, truth be told.
I'm a badass, dude. There's no doubt about it.
You should be my
That's why
bodyguard.
Yeet's a smaller, younger guy.
Hey, you could
and
just
they
need
think they
that
can
guy in
push
the
him around.
nuts.
Yeah.
What's that, King Nine?
Oh, I said you could just need that guy in the nuts.
Oh, yeah. There's no such thing as the word fair and fighting in the same sentence when it comes down to that shit.
Yeah, and there's no rules, man.
Oh yeah, there was everybody in the lobby was trying to be like, even this old couple, one of the ladies tried to step in. That doesn't give you the right to record me. I was like, actually, I do have the right to record you. You're in public. And then her husband wanted to say something. He started to mouth off something like, "Oh, I'll fuck you up" or something like that. And I just like, dude, you try, you'll get sauced. And then that's when the other lady, the other Karen that put hands on me, that's when she started mouthing off and became the camera star.
Oh, really? You did, Larry Johnson? Cool. Did I enjoy it? Did I enjoy it, Larry?
It's not the mouthy ones you got to worry about. It's the quiet motherfuckers.
Oh no, dude, this bitch got psychotic, bro. No, this bitch got psychotic. Started screaming at the top of her, "I'll fucking get you in the mouth," or like something like that. Like dude, if you hit me in the mouth, I would turn around and fucking laugh at you. Like, she slapped me, and luckily, you know, a open hand slap is different than a punch in the face, in my opinion. It stings a lot more,
Mhm.
you know. And
I
luckily,
would
I had my
let
hood
her
on.
know. I'd have to let her know very quickly. I don't like people putting their hands on me without my consent.
Yeah.
I'm kind
Well,
of
you know,
weird
that's
about it.
why I told the cops. I was like, you should do your job. I was like, I don't want to press charges on them. I'm not in the business to see people put in cages. I was like, you should go and educate them and let them know what they did was wrong.
Yeah.
I don't like cops putting their hands on me, but I'm smart enough to know that's a fight I'm probably not going to win.
Right.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Oh, I know, Larry. I was joking back with you, bud. I was joking back with you, man. That was me joking back. I wasn't serious, bro.
Well,
Damn
what
it,
what I kind of notice is that I don't wear a mask,
Mm-hmm.
and I must have a look about me or the way I carry myself. No one ever screws with me. I had one lady in a grocery store ask. She said that I had to wear a mask. I said okay and kept walking. But when I see videos of people getting harassed about not wearing masks,
Dude, look at my channel, bro, dude. I've got a bunch of videos, bro. Fucking Walmart, bro. Walmart's fucking tires, dude. I started doing in Muskogee, Oklahoma, bro. I started doing fuck your mask protests, dude. I would walk up into the store with a fuck your mask sign while I'm wearing a welding helmet that completely obstructs my face. I was
Yeah.
like, identify me. Go ahead, identify me and trespass me. You can't because I'm wearing a fucking mask.
Yep.
The only reason why you can get my name is because I put the content on YouTube, on Facebook with my name on my fucking Facebook channel. But that changed today.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I got that changed. I got a new name on Facebook.
Right.
did you see that kid get arrested in Walmart for wearing a motorcycle helmet?
Yes, sir, I did. That dude was. I put up a video of that, and then there was a video in New Hampshire that I was with. I was with Absolute Defiance and Breaking the Flaw, and we all got trespassed. And they actually let a family with children starve over masks. Or not starve, but go hungry for the night.
I watch a lot of stuff like that, and I come to a conclusion is the conclusion I can't arrived at is that a lot of people don't know how to talk to a cop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you start telling them to fuck off and shit like that, you're probably going to get somewhere. If you sit there and go, "Oh, I'm sorry," and start being all this shit and you got power over me, that's when you get bullshit.
That's when they start winning.
Yeah, and then they keep it going. They love it. I'm like, fuck you, dude. You're not touching me without. No, it ain't gonna work that way. Especially when I know I'm right.
Right.
That's about yeah. That's about like that one cop there, Perry. That motherfucker. He screwed up.
In Muskogee, bro, these motherfuckers come up on me with AR-15s, dude. I've had the cops there put guns to my head for just something that's not hurting nobody, just driving a little moped around town.
Right.
You know?
I don't know. They'd pull that shit with me one fucking time.
Oh, dude, and now they're about to pass that law. They're trying to pass that law. If they pass that law, Oklahoma is fucked.
What law?
Larry Johnson, it depends on what Walmart you go to, because the Walmart here that's down the way, they ain't got no X. They ain't X anything except for X wannabe security.
No, I'm talking about that law where you can't record police and post information about them.
No, I was talking to Larry. He said Walmart security is ex-military cop.
Who come up with that bullshit?
Well, actually, there are some that are. I ain't denying that. There are a lot of Walmart security that are ex-military and ex-cops.
Why are they always calling the cops then? Seems to me that Walmart secures
Because they-
local popo.
because
they tried-
they
when I bought this
have
new
to go by the
phone-
law.
When I bought this new phone, they tried to get my receipt, and I told them, I was like, I pulled my receipt out my pocket. You know, I actually wasn't live streaming because my other phone was fucked. And so I told them, I was like, I pulled my receipt out of my pocket, and I was like, receipt shown. And I put it back in my pocket.
Mhm.
No, that's not good enough for the door Nazi. She has to look in the bag, violating my personal properties, the privacy of my personal properties, and then she wants to see my receipt, taking my papers. And I told her, I said, if I'm not mistaken, this is America where I have a right to my persons, my properties, and my papers, and you have no authority to take any of these items from me. And she just looks at me with her mouth dropped when I said
I don't
that
even
to her,
slow
and
down
she
for
was
them
like,
women at
I'm
the
not
door.
even going to argue with you.
She couldn't argue with you because you were telling the truth. Yeah.
One time I was pushing some crap out of Walmart, and I know the only time they'd even look at me is when something's not in a bag. And I knew that it was a dude at the door, and I knew he wanted to screw with me a little bit. So I had my receipt in my hand, and he put up his hand like, "Hey, and I just handed before he could get a word out of his mouth. My receipt was in his hand, and I just kept going. I don't even slow down for them fuckers.
Yeah.
They don't even look at me. I look
That's
at
what
them.
Dad does.
No, thanks.
But Dad, he just blows right past them. By the time the cops get to Walmart, you're already at your house, and they don't know who you are.
That
Yeah.
actually
One of the
falls
funniest-
under.
Care.
One of the funniest things I ever did at Walmart was I was sitting there, I was getting followed around by security. Okay. And I sat there and I had gas pretty bad.
Oh
And-
no.
And I tightened up my cheeks real tight for about 30 minutes. And I let one go. And I started yelling, people coming into the thing. I mean, there's like a mustard gas in this fucking aisle, man.
Oh, fuck.
And,
Yeah.
and they come walking down the, and I started screaming, "It's the security guy right here. He did it. That security guy right there did it." That guy took off running, man. It was so funny. He didn't follow
Oh,
me
man.
around the store no more.
One of them, his dumb ass was calling the cops on me. What's funny, all right, New Hampshire is a two-party consent state in private areas. They try to say that Walmart is private. No, it is not private whatsoever. It is a place of public accommodation. And people don't understand what the word a public accommodation stands for. It was something that was given to us through the Civil Rights Act under Title II. And it was something that was meant to end segregation and the hate on religion and the hate on people's freedoms and choices and thoughts. You know, it was like I cannot go to Walmart with my old lady and fuck my old lady in the middle of Walmart. I cannot expect that privacy. I can't do that on the deli aisle, you know?
Right.
There's certain things I can't do because I'm in public and I'm upheld to a certain set of standards. You could do it, but guaranteed you're going to get arrested. You're going to fucking get charged with a bunch of stuff that you didn't know was going to come with the charges.
Right.
And they're going to label you as a child predator and everything. You know?
For doing what?
Oh, you know how Walmart tries to trespass people saying it's private, even though it's not. It's public.
For
A
doing
place
what?
of public accommodation.
For
Well,
what?
say
For,
if-
doing, for what activity?
All right, like New Hampshire. New Hampshire is a two-party consent state and in private areas,
What am
which
I?
means in a house.
What I'm asking you is, what are you doing to cause concern?
Well, no, what I'm saying is when you're in a store, you can't expect privacy in a store because you're in public.
Right.
Even though it might be private owned, it's still considered it's open to the public, a place of public accommodation until you're trespassed.
Yeah, what are they trespassing you for? That's what I'm asking you.
Well, people try to say that because it's private that you can't film them. They actually try to file
Oh,
lawsuits. Yes, they try.
Yeah.
They try to
Somebody-
file lawsuits.
That's stupid. So that, like you were talking about in Oklahoma, first of all, I've been talking about this for a couple of years. You get these auditors, basically, from my perspective, these cops think that they're being harassed. They're going to do something, and you're seeing the results of that in Oklahoma.
Can you guys mirror? Can you guys mirror videos?
Yeah. Yeah.
Here, I'll give you a good video of Muskogee to mirror real fast. Hold on.
Alright.
I might get the circle of death. I might not. This is a good one to mirror. They accused my friend of being me.
Wow.
And then I actually showed up and called them out on it. They tried to search them, and they came up on me with AR-15s, and everything, bro. And the lieutenant, he come up on me the way he talked to me. He said, "You don't know what your rights are, boy. I'm gonna tell you how your rights work." While the two female officers were right next to him, shining a light in our cameras.
Wow.
I'm about to pull the video up. I'm gonna post it to the private. To the where is she at?
So if they pass that law in Oklahoma, there are literally cameras everywhere. So if you have a dash cam in your car, are you going to be a criminal because you have the capability of filming you experiencing a traffic stop, or how's this all going to work? I don't even see it working at all.
Hey, King Nine, you take it easy, buddy. Yeah.
Well, I
because,
heard.
some of them cameras, in some of these newer cars, you can't even shut them off.
Yeah.
Right. They're running 24/7.
Yep.
I put that video up on there. But also at the same time, if I put it in the private chat.
I'm bringing it up now. I'm gonna try to get it going for you.
How do you do that, by the way?
What's that?
Mirror your videos.
I can go to the link, and then down there at the bottom of StreamYards, it says share, and then you click on that, and it'll share screen. Then it'll say share screen. Then you go over to Microsoft Edge tab.
Oh, so you gotta be on a computer.
Yeah, well, that's how I do it on here with StreamYards. Yes, I don't know how to do it on a phone. You would have to probably ask KY or Bug Grower that one.
Okay.
So, but you got to make sure when you go to do that, if you want the audio, it's got a thing that says share audio, or if you don't click that, it won't put up the audio as well.
So Billy Truth, what we were talking about with the bill they're trying to pass in Oklahoma, the bill that they're trying to pass, actually, the Democrats allowed it to go to where they would look at it, and then that's why they put up the news bulletins that says Democrats voted yes. Well, there were a couple, from what I heard, there were a couple of Democrats that once they saw the bill, they said no, there's no way. There was like 2 or 3 of them that said no. It's probably dead on arrival once it hits the. Dude, people need to be protesting this, dude. They need to be up at the Capitol buildings in Oklahoma City with cameras.
That stuff don't work anymore, man. This country's gone down the toilet for sure.
Yeah, it has.
This
is one of my best friends right here, and this is happening on his street. They have an entire street blocked off, or it's an entire block. It's an entire block they have blocked off.
All right, I'm going to press play now. There we go. Y'all can see that, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see because it's dark out, bro. It's Facebook stream.
Yeah, but I mean on my screen, y'all can see
Yeah,
it.
well, we can see that good. Yeah.
Okay.
I can. This is right off of C Street in Muskogee, Oklahoma.
So you're just filming, right?
This is my friend. And then they accuse him, and they ask him if he's Joseph. They ask him if he is me. They say my name, and that's when he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. And they're like, well, we're gonna have to search you. And then I showed up like 30 minutes into the stream, cussing them smooth out.
What are the cops doing right now?
They got a report that there was a felon in the house with a gun, but they had no search. They had no search warrant to get into the guy's house.
I don't know what's going on. They got rifles out down the block.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. This whole how they're doing this.
Dude, there's no crime scene tape or nothing, right? Watch what they do later in the stream, bro. It's
I don't even
the stream
care.
is an hour stream.
I know I've
Got that one pointing a rifle.
Look at that. They got guns out, everything. I mean, everything.
That's how every one of them act, bro.
over a phone call that they don't even know is legit or not.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's what gets me is all this crap. I mean,
Yeah, they are 15.
They get to
Freaking,
play with their
I
toys.
seen some.
one of them had their pistol out.
Yeah,
I seen
even he said they get a chance to play with their toys.
I seen a dude get
Them
swatted
quiet
and they
like
murdered
that.
him, and that was
Oh,
the wrong house.
guns.
Looked just like this.
They're going down the alley. They're surrounded.
Well, what about that lady that her dog slipped out the gate, and the cop shot the dog, but one of the he shot like 7 times, and one of the stray bullets that didn't hit the dog hit the lady in the chest and killed her.
Yeah, some of these videos like you're talking about, Tammy, they just infuriate me so much I can't even watch the whole thing.
Mm. Oh, I know the feeling. Believe me.
Wait till he tries to walk forward.
See, I wouldn't even be anywhere. I'd see that shit going on and I'd be going the other way. I'd have no interest in filming it. I had no interest in being anywhere a stray round could get. I'd be distancing myself from this scenario.
They're looking at me like I'm scaring them back here.
Yeah, cops with guns drawn everywhere, and someone with a camera scaring them to death.
Yeah. Watch what they do to him.
They probably think maybe he's the one that made the phone call.
No, there's a second stream where I actually showed up to this scene, and I got the person.
Get away from us, please.
I'm distanced.
Back up.
I'm distanced. I'm back.
I don't listen to women that tell me what to do like that either. Just saying.
Y'all worry about your safety.
Hey, partner, if you're going to stand there and film, we need to pat you down. You're not going to stand here behind us.
No, you don't need to pat me down.
If you're going to stand behind us, you have to pat it down, sir.
Worry about your safety. I'm over here. I'm fine.
That is my safety, sir.
I'm more than 30 foot from you.
Yeah, he's a good chunk of distance away from them.
What?
Are you Joseph Martin?
Who's that?
See, that's right there. Are you Joseph Martin?
Yep.
Well, sounds like you're famous, Joseph.
Yeah. Yeet, a cop. He's got some good videos. I'm telling you, you all should check him out.
This is the first time I've been able to get this one
Trying to
mirrored.
pat me down.
Are they seriously going to waste their time patting this dude down?
No,
Trust
they
this
tried
one.
to. They tried to though. That dude right there can get lawyers. I on the other hand, I can't get lawyers. I don't have that kind of money.
Right.
If they would have fucked with him, they would have
Trying
fucked
to
up.
surround me and shit.
He's been
Trying to
fighting these
intimidate me with
these
their
people. He's been
flashlight.
fighting Muskogee for years, bro. Years. He probably knows more law than most of us. Dude, he
Ain't
watches
worried about their
every
damn safety.
cop blocker there is just to
All of
learn
them
what.
got ARs over here worried about me.
Mhm.
Well, they don't like people behind them is what their concern is.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they don't
because
have
they're
problems
cowards.
getting behind us, you know?
Oh no, they like that.
Yeah.
That way
Yeah,
they
I
they're-
can
don't know where
fuck
that
you.
one went behind me.
They're
Looks like they all the
cowards.
way
They know
down.
they've done
Street.
something wrong to piss people off, and they're
I have a
cowards.
huge thing, Tammy. I have a huge thing about license plates. And when I start getting everybody's license plates at the scene starts to diverse. And all of a sudden, all of the cops are gone. Because it's the only way you can track who is who. They won't admit who they are.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen
Not
them cover up
anymore.
their badges.
Hell, I've seen cops right here here in Rochester. They won't even wear their badges. If they know something's gone bad, they immediately take their badges off and they take off the name insignia because it's velcroed onto their shirt, and they'll rip it right off and take their badges right off.
Hey,
So
hey,
you cannot
Tammy.
identify them.
Hey, Tammy. This is before I start paying attention to you. Did you see that thing? I think it was in Oregon or Washington, where that gal was trying to get her mom out of the hospital.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And,
That
Can you
was
probably
even
fast
like-
forward this a little bit, bro?
Yeah, we can. We can.
Did you see? Did you see the follow up? How the
11
news was
cars.
reporting on the incident?
Do what now?
Did you see? Did you see some of the follow ups on how the news covered that incident? Oh
did
gosh, the news had it all twisted around, like people were showing up armed and all kinds of crap that wasn't going on. And
Yeah,
They
well, the
complete-
cops came there because they said that they had calls for people being armed, which was a straight up lie. There wasn't no one there. armed at all.
That's it. That's it, Tammy. That's right.
I mean, I watched that all the way through where they were trying to get the lady out, and the cops even came there and said, "We got a call that people are armed here, and that there's going to be an armed protest and everything else."
Yeah, and it was like a bunch of kids and their family members just coming to support that chick. That was ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she had the power of attorney as well.
I know it. Yeah.
She had the right to go in there by the power of attorney and
You know-
talk to her mother.
People see that.
Cell phone.
I think that's him on the video.
Yeah, I was going to say that was the video.
People see stuff like that, Tammy, and they don't realize what they're looking at.
Mhm. You're right.
That shit.
Try to go to about 30 minutes and see what happens. See what you have.
Okay.
Keep going. You'll hear him talking to me when I show up.
There's 30 minutes.
Go to about 35. See what happens. I never edited. I edited this down to a 20-minute video of when I showed up. I didn't put this scene in there because this was his video.
Up here on C Street in the middle of a showdown.
Yeah, she's in the middle of a showdown.
Told me earlier if I wanted to stand behind them, they're going to pat me down. Told them, fuck no, you ain't.
Mhm.
I gave you 30 feet, you got enough.
He might be talking to me at that point. I'm not
They
sure.
all got the ARs at the ready. They're saying some felon with always carrying a gun.
Oh
on
yeah,
his
he's
hip
telling
to
me
the
on
right
his
corner,
live stream
maybe
what's
a domestic
happening because
violence.
I was asleep when
They
this
have
was
a victim,
happening,
supposedly.
and I woke up and
They
I was
found
like,
the
"Yo, what's
victim
happening?"
down the
So he
road,
was
they
telling
said.
me, and then I show up here pretty soon.
Okay, so on his video, it's I'm already at the 44th minute mark. So
Okay, keep on going. See what we have. You might have to go to the other one.
And my battery's about to go dead, so you're gonna have to pick up the story from here.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
there.
Back up a little bit. Back up.
still a little quiet. So
Maybe right here. Right here. Yeah. Ooh, lost audio.
yeah, still quiet.
Yeah, he probably lost audio. His
Here, let me
phone,
tell
his
you the
battery
story.
was running dead.
All right, so supposedly they got a felon.
Yeah, I'm right here.
That victimized somebody, and my battery's about to go dead, so you're gonna have to pick up the story from here. But anyways, and supposedly this felon has a gun on his hip at all times. So they've been sitting out here for like 30 minutes, and this is all they've been doing.
Oh, really?
In this whole group.
And so we got tyrants over here that want to search us because of our First Amendment.
This whole group.
They ain't fucking searching shit on me.
Yeah, this whole group told me if I'm gonna stand behind them. I was trying to get past them, but hell, they're worried about the squirrels in that tree right there.
Hey, stay back. Stay back. Stay back.
Right here. That's where they start charging me.
Shut the fuck up and back up before I take your ass to jail. Don't worry about it. Come get it. So that's where he's at.
Damn, sounds like a threat.
Yep.
That's actually where I was when y'all was cool with it. I scooted back here. And this is private property here. It's private property.
You are
Back up.
me.
Back up.
I am backing up. You are
It's private property.
What's your name and badge number?
These guys are fucking idiots.
Yeah, they
I
are.
got a warrant.
Yeah, he's right there. He said, "You have a warrant, Joseph Martin."
There's a guy with a gun in there. We don't want you any closer than this. If you come back closer and they tell you to get
Well, you
back
should
in,
tape it off.
you will go to jail.
Tape it off. That's how you do that.
Crime scene. There's
Okay.
no crime scene.
Okay.
No.
That's fine. I'm telling you right now. It's being explained to you. If you walk back over there again and we tell you to back up and you do not, you will go to jail. Okay?
He said I have a warrant. What do I have a warrant for?
I don't.
Look, you got a guy with a gun over there. Don't worry about him.
Okay. Thank you.
Can you guys worry about the guy with the gun, man?
No, they shouldn't be worried about a guy with a gun. That's the whole problem in the first place.
Well, it's supposed to be a felon with a gun. Either way, it's still
don't care.
unconstitutional.
Yep.
I don't.
Yeah.
What warrant do I have, sir?
Hey, shut up.
You call.
I
You
don't
call.
know what warrant I
You're
have.
about to go to jail.
You call
if you got
dispatcher and say somebody got a gun, and the dispatcher
who
should
you
be
are.
trying to say,
one.
"So
They think
what?"
I'm you. Let them get me. We'll have some trouble.
What gets me is they say you have a warrant, but
I'm
won't
gonna
tell
have
you
to-
what
I'm
the
gonna have
warrant
to run
is
and switch
or
our phones
anything
real
else.
quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it sounded like that was a bluff and a bullshit to me.
All right, guys, if you got me on the other Facebook, you're going to have to watch me there. Got some tyrants being tyrants down here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Hey,
even
we
know.
probably got all the info we need on this computer screen. Whitlock. Probably got all the info you need on this computer screen that's wide open.
I started recording the computer screen, bro,
Right
on
here,
my
that
live
car.
stream.
That car computer screen. First car. Oh, this one too. Yeah, look. Look at all that info.
He said, "Look at all that info."
Ricky cops.
How many police cruisers are
I'll be
there?
right back.
Dude, they have an entire block. Dude, they have an entire block blocked off, bro. Muskogee is huge, bro.
Yeah, fuck these guys. I think they're gonna be fucking with Whitlock tonight. And he shouldn't have said shit because they thought I was him. They was coming after me in a minute. Oh, talking to certain people down here.
No,
so
this is the snitch right here. This is the snitch. That's when she started shining the light on him. And we started doing what the other auditors do, where they get on different sides of the road.
good, good.
What do they like to call this? Interference with an investigation or some bullshit like that?
Yeah, they like to throw that and the word obstruction around, even though Oklahoma
view.
statute. No, even though
First Amendment
Oklahoma
violation.
law, the obstruction law states that the
First
only time
Amendment violation right there. Name
Yeah.
and badge number.
Nice.
Name and badge number. Going obstructing my view. Hello.
Watch what we do here. This is funny as fuck.
The two women that are trigger happy. I know that much.
How many people are in? Hey, what's up, Larry Johnson?
We got a few in here. Let's see here.
We got a tyrant.
I'm not exactly sure how many are in here right now. Right now we got 4 watching. You know, but what's going to happen is right now a lot of people are live. They'll come back
Got
and
a
watch
tyrant.
this again.
Right.
So
No, it's not
you'll get
Speedy.
you'll
I
get
think it's Derek.
views out of this.
Nice.
You
I'm
see
at
that?
20. I'm at 2,500 view hours.
Wow.
I need 4,000 to be monetized.
You'll get there. I tell you, the
guess
way
they
you
want me
keep
to stay
going
down
with
here
your
and film
stuff,
their
you're
asses.
great. I'm gonna try to keep talking you up too, and try to get you out there so people
I just told you.
will see you and start
You know why
getting
that
to you.
bitch is still freaking got her flashlight on me.
And you can't
That's
even
First
pull a
Amendment violation
flashlight
right
out and
there.
shine it back at them,
Yeah.
according to them.
You duck behind these
I
cars.
want to know what law that says I
See what
can't
they
do
got to
that.
say about me ducking behind these cars and shit.
They make them up as they go along. You know that, Tammy.
I know.
I'm on somebody's private property here. I'm gonna sit on their Jeep too. Still got this bitch about to flashlight me.
That bitch is following him with that flashlight everywhere. Look at
Yeah, that woman shouldn't be a cop.
Yeah.
No. He was correct. She's a trigger happy cop. You can tell by their actions. I guarantee you, if he were to walk up to that woman, she'd probably go for a gun, not the taser or the mate.
Yeah.
She's probably insecure. She's probably scared.
Bet you get reprimanded tomorrow.
She don't care. She's just following orders.
Yeah.
Some man told her to do this.
That lieutenant, it was the lieutenant, which we got his name and badge number.
You know, I told a cop that when they arrested me, and that young cop
All right, you gonna keep on.
got in
Badge
touch with me
number.
later, and he said, you know, I quit
Stupid bitch.
being a cop. I said, why? He said, something hit me. He said, I said, what's that? And he said that you said that, you know, back in the day in World War II, the Nazis said they were taking orders too.
Yeah.
And I told him that because he tried to tell me I'm
So
just
this is what
following
we're paying
orders.
this
I said
bitch
that's
for
what the
right
Nazis
here.
said too. And he's like it hit him hard enough to make him quit being a cop.
He had an epiphany.
Yep.
Hell yeah. That's always good to hear.
At least he had a conscience. You know, the guy had a conscience.
Yeah.
I hate that, you know, but the problem is even, you know, you get a cop with a conscience on a police
Let's
force.
go down here and ask
They're the
your
ones that
sergeant or
they'll be
something.
getting rid of so damn quick it ain't even funny.
They can't
Yeah.
have any kind of training.
Making up problems for them and everything.
Well, is she getting really close now?
Yeah, I think so.
She probably not even smart enough to hold that flashlight off to the side in case somebody's shooting at her. They can miss her, and because they're aiming at that flashlight.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, now Muskogee, come here.
She's probably holding that flashlight right in front
I
of her,
need you down
right
here.
next to her head.
Yeah, right here. This is when we start playing the
camera.
crossing the road game.
This bitch won't keep her flashlight out of my camera. Yeah. Yeah, she's a First Amendment violator. I don't have one. I'm not even reaching in my pocket with this psycho bitch staring at me.
Hey, you know,
If they weren't screwing with you in the first place,
you're obstructing our camera.
you'll probably be standing way back out of the way if they weren't harassing you like this.
First Amendment violation. PD.
Name and badge number.
What's your name and badge number? We're being assaulted with a light. He's shining it in our eyes.
I said
That's
assaulted with a light.
It's a her. There's one or two women here.
Oh, yeah.
And this is the tyrant bitch. Yeah, this is tyrant bitch.
Hey, let me see the cigarette.
I ain't reaching in my pockets right now with this psycho bitch looking at me.
Fuck that psycho bitch. She's worrying about someone else. Afraid of camera.
She ain't worried about someone else. She got the camera on us.
I'm crossing the road.
Oh yeah, this is where I crossed the road.
Do they kick that guy's door in, or what's going to go on with that situation?
No, they didn't.
No, they're just walking by. What do you mean go back to their house? They're trying to get to their house. Go back over there. I'm trying to get in and get my camera. I'm trying to get in and get my camera, and they're trying to block.
Yeah.
Go back over there. I don't have one. I got to go in and get them.
All right, I'll go grab mine.
I like that one
Go
dude, Big
over.
Nick. You ever seen his stuff?
Yeah, Big Nick is good.
Yeah, Big Nick is
Yeah,
cool.
that night my cigarettes were on empty, and no, my cigarettes were in my car.
Oh, y'all's YouTube
No.
tomorrow.
That sucks.
And I was trying to ask him for one. He's like, I'm not reaching in my pocket, but I was pretty stoned at the same time.
Right. She don't know what to do. She don't know what to do. Oh shit, that was funny.
Yeah, I was on the other side of that cruiser.
And you need to back up.
Put tape out. Put some tape
I'd
out.
tell her to shut up. I don't take orders from women.
Oh, we're gonna find out this name badge number. She's gonna have her job gone. She must be a rookie for sure.
I'd tell him to shut up while I was at it. Yeah, that's probably why I run from these situations, because I know I'm going to get big trouble.
Yeah.
They thought that he was me. I'm News Now Muskogee. Not every person with a camera is News Now Muskogee.
No, we all catching you violating rights.
I said, not every person with a camera is News Now Muskogee.
Yeah, that's funny. That is funny.
Got more games coming.
Yeah.
You're worried about people with a camera than they are.
Well, we need to find out this name and badge number. This one's losing her job.
No, this guy right here talking, he's one of my best friends.
Is there a
dude.
supervisor in that group?
He's the one who got me into cop watching.
Oh, okay.
Why does she keep on pointing her flashlight at me? No,
For
we don't
her
want to come no
safety.
closer. You can stay where you are.
You
But,
know,
she needs to
Billy, truth be told, said
First Amendment violation.
the right thing there.
That's
If
a First
for
Amendment
her
violation
safety,
you're
she
allowing her to
just
do
made a
right now.
perfect target for herself.
Lieutenant, what?
Oh, it is assault.
Yeah.
Obstructing my camera, which is a First Amendment violation.
That ain't for her safety.
Yeah.
That's the end of it.
Well, I mean,
I don't know
answer
what
me
that
this. If they didn't approach you two gentlemen, don't you think you'd probably still be standing over there way out of the way like you started out?
Right. Yeah. We would, and we would have
That's what I'm
been
thinking.
done. We would have, we would have probably left them with what they were doing, and they probably could have violated all of the rights that they wanted, because they even said it, dude. They said it. They was like, we would go in, but we have cameras on us right now.
Yep. Hey, Smoking Gun, how are you, buddy? But yeah, I actually caught that a little. I thought I heard that on your video, actually,
Yeah.
or
Heard
on
what?
his video. And I wasn't for sure because it was really low, but I think I caught that on that video.
Heard what?
So you probably saved an illegal break into a house.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you guys were interfering with, them bending the damn rules.
Yeah. Oh, dude, and they even said that. They said you're interfering with us. I was like, the only thing interfering with this right now is your lack of a fucking search warrant. And I think it was on or I was arguing it with the bootlickers on when I posted it. I was finding the Proud Boys before I ever found anybody that supported my channel. I was finding more Proud Boys people that were fucking with me hardcore because what I believe in.
No.
Dude, I had people put hits out on me to shut my channel down any means possible.
Wow.
What's your channel?
What gets me is the Proud Boys and all of them are claiming they are law and order and they're this and that, right?
Right.
But only if it suits their needs is what I'm seeing.
Well, it seems like that's how that's how most people who try to have any kind of political view, that they want to hear their thoughts coming out of your mouth, and whenever they don't hear your thoughts coming out of their mouth, they get offended.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you can get offended, but then it's how your actions and reactions to getting offended are, and
Yeah.
when they claim, oh, we're law and order, we want law and order, that's all we are, we want law and order, and then they want to take law and order and the Constitution and wipe their ass with it, they're no better than what they're complaining against.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. It's like,
you it's like people fire. Don't go ahead.
That's a perfect example of fighting fire with fire. That's a perfect example of fighting fire with fire. You don't fight fire with fire, you fight it with water,
Yeah.
Unless your back burning, but that's a whole different subject.
That's like I've been asked, because I believe in my Native American ways. How can I be happy with Christians? How can I be happy with this? I'm not happy with them, but they have the freedom of religion. So I can say, yeah, I'm not happy with what they've done in their past. I don't like what they're doing at certain things and all that, but they still have the freedom to religion. So I don't have the right to tell them that their religion's wrong.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They have the right to practice their religion. They have the right to do everything in this country that's to their religion. Okay. So if I want the Constitution to be upheld, I have to uphold it myself.
Yeah.
There should never be a double standard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. I'm law, I'm order, I want the Constitution, but yet you can't have your First Amendment right and you can't film. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. If you like it or not, that's bullshit, because the Constitution gives you that right.
Well, not only that, if we don't have a First Amendment, then what do we have a Second Amendment for? We have a First Amendment. That way we have a Second Amendment. We have the Second Amendment to protect the rest of our freedoms, which includes the First Amendment. But that also is more than just being able to film in public. It's about life, peace, happiness.
I don't believe that the Constitution gives you any rights. I think God gives you rights, and
Yeah.
the Constitution is supposed to help protect those rights.
Right.
Right.
And I agree. I agree.
Right.
Whether you believe in God or not,
You're born with unalienable rights that can never be
that's
taken
exactly, there you
from
go.
you.
Those are the key words right there. So I don't expect the Constitution to give me nothing. The best I can hope for is that the Constitution is there as a roadblock to keep others from infringing on the rights that I'm naturally born with. And that's all.
See, but so many people don't believe in that, what you just said. And I believe
Jamie,
in what you say.
Now I'll
They
tell you.
believe it's that
Jamie, punch me around
Constitution.
the forges, bro.
I'll tell
I'm
you
gonna just
something
sit right
right
here
now.
over encumbered with metal.
You can take the whole Constitution and burn it. You're not burning my rights.
Right. Right. And I understand that. But the thing is, so many people believe that's what you got to go by. That's what I'm getting at. So when you got a mentality like that, I try to, and it seems like the majority have that mentality. Very few of us have the mentality of, yeah, God gave me these rights, and they're unalienable. You can't take them away. Okay, so few people nowadays think that way. We are a very big minority of people. Okay, that think that way. So so when I want to address something, I got to address it in the majority's mentality. And the majority's
Yeah.
mentality believe the Constitution is what gives you the rights. If you don't believe me, listen to them talk, even on the news. Listen to them talk everywhere, So I address it that way. And then I tried to make them know and understand, like you just said, by the way, you are born with those unalienable rights. You are not given them.
Right.
You're born with them.
Right.
And so I tried to go by their teachings and then try to get it through to them that, hey, this is the real, and sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I've gotten a lot of people by doing it my way to change what they were thinking, because they realize, you know what, that's just a piece of paper. That's all it is, piece of parchment.
Right. Right.
But I got to start out by showing them I know the way they're thinking. Then I can twist it around to the proper way of thinking.
Right. Right. I feel you. But hey, man, I'm probably gonna be getting off here. It's going on 11 o'clock or something like that.
Is it that late, really? Yeah, it is that late. Wow.
Yeah.
It's almost 10 o'clock your time. You're in Okie, right?
No, I'm in New Hampshire right now, dude.
Oh, okay.
I had to move from Oklahoma, bro. I was afraid for my life, dude. They showed up at my apartment at like 4 in the morning, bro. My vehicle alarm was going off.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. Fucking.
Yeah, that ain't good. That ain't good at all. But yeah,
Well,
yeah,
dude, it was my safe
okay.
haven, bro. I had 2 addresses, and one of them I had zero association with
Right.
my address, and they come knocking on my safe haven door at like 3, 4 in the morning.
So they had people watching your ass.
Yeah.
Either that or they got your phone number.
No, they had my tags.
Oh, okay. The tags were associated to the safe
Yeah.
haven address. Okay.
Dude needs a burner
No,
car.
they weren't. They weren't, but they can associate the name with me.
You need a burner mobile.
Yeah.
I had 2 or 3 of them, man. When they would find out what vehicle I was driving, I would usually get a different one.
Oh wow.
Too funny. What's your What's the name of your channel?
Yeet,
It's a cop.
Oh, okay, I'll check it out later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did
check
go
him
by
out.
News
He's
Now. I did go by News Now Muskogee, but it diversed me to only the Muskogee area.
right.
So it wasn't like now I'm more able to be more spread out without being in a regional specific area that gives me only a certain viewers. I get a different viewer range.
You know what I
because-
what I think's really cool is before I even met Yeet, it's a cop on a panel, which I believe that was over in Brian's panel where I met you. Either that or Upstate's, one of the two.
Upstate audits, yep.
Okay. before I met you, I actually was already subbed to you because I had found your videos, and even before I even knew who you were, and I was like, this dude is fucking cool. He knows his shit, and he's
Hell
doing
yeah.
good shit.
Dude, I choke sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, but I have a speech impediment too. A lot of people don't know about it. I have a speech impediment, so when I'm trying to talk and the person I'm talking to on the other end of the camera is talking over me, I start getting really mad. Because my words start to get twisted around. I forget what I'm about to say. Whenever I'm in a face-to-face confrontation with somebody like earlier today. And they
Stress
just
and
keep. Go ahead.
stress induced.
Yeah. It's like I'm taking a second to hear you out. Now take a second to hear me out. You ain't giving me a chance to speak.
Yeah, I think we all, in some way, shape, or form, when we're face to face with someone, have that happen to an extent.
Yeah.
You really, there are, there's exercises you can look it up on the internet that you can do to try to help that.
Okay.
And they do seem to work. It's helped me a lot. But I'll tell you, one of the biggest things that's helped me a lot with talking to people is right here, these panels.
I've noticed the panels have been giving me a decent amount of. I've been getting subscribers every time I join a panel. Or even every time I post a video, I'm getting subscribers, even if it's one or two.
Yep. Well, they all add up after a bit, man. They really do. You'll see a slack off probably about 800 or so, and then all of a sudden it's going to go boom again.
Oh, dude, that's how. Dude, I swacked off at like 300, bro. I set at 300 forever. Then I set at 800 forever, dude. It took. Yeah, it took a while.
Yeah, once you get there, you get there, and then the watch hours just come with time. The reason I got so many watch hours is I actually have been sitting around the 800 mark for almost 3.5 years.
Well, now, do I see? I don't get watch time for being in you guys' panels, do I?
No. People have to go watch your videos. But what this is people will see I skipped around on this video. Okay, and they're going to want to see the whole
and
video.
they'll get interested and go. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah, they'll go and look up the rest of it and all of that good stuff.
Yeah. So and plus getting your name out is a big thing, and you're getting your name out coming up on the Upstate Audits panel. Go into Poor Dirt Farmers live stream and let him rent you and put your channel link out. I got a lot.
He shared my stuff a couple of times. I don't really get notifications whenever Poor Dirt Farmer goes live. He don't go live too often that I've noticed.
Oh no, he goes live quite often. You needed to unsub him, find where you subbed him, unsub him, and resub him. Okay. He goes live quite often, actually.
Okay.
I've had to do that before with him. I'm like, he came up on my panel. He's like, we're talking. I was like, why ain't you gone live? He says, I've been live 4 times this week. What are you talking about? I'm like, I never got the notification, so I had to go in. I had to unsub him and resub him. It's something that YouTube does.
So how many subscribers how many subscribers do you have, Tammy?
I have 800. I think right at the 850 mark now.
Okay. I was just curious. Man, to be fair, in my honest opinion, coming up with a unique name. The News Now is kind of worn out. There's so many News Now people out there.
Yeah, but my News Now came about 5 years ago.
Okay.
When there wasn't so many.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 years ago there wasn't hardly anybody. I mean, it was the
There
who
was
is
probably
that
about
old guy?
6 or
No,
7.
who is that guy in California that would ride the bicycles?
Tom Zebra.
Tom Zebra. That man right there is a legend.
Yes, he is. He is definitely a legend.
He's one of the
He's one of the first. He's one of the
yeah.
first. So, and
And now now it's getting to where we're pulling up on all of their traffic stops, where they arrest one of us, 5 more of us come up.
yep.
That's what the movement's about, making us stronger and getting us out there. It seems to me that when you go out with numbers as well, that's where it's safer.
Yeah, that's why I ain't been doing any auditing here in Rochester, is because I'm
You're
by
in New York,
myself.
yeah, that's scary, dude.
Well, again, the freaking news twisted and marred this poor lady. Poor Dirt Farmer showed the video, and I've been keeping up with it. And this cop stops this lady on the freaking on the sidewalk, a black lady with her child in her arms.
Oh, I seen that.
And he says, "You were accused of being shoplifting." And she says,
no.
I ain't got nothing. And she showed him the bag, showed him her pockets, everything.
Wow.
And he says, "Well, you're going to have to just wait here until my buddy goes in and sees what they say there at the store, and then he'll come out here and tell me what I need to do." Well, you got to remember, these people in this town are terrified of the cops, especially black people, especially because I mean, right now the cops just now had a lawsuit put against them for murdering a guy back in last year. Put a spit hood over his head for no reason, and then shoved his head
I think
down.
I seen that video. They had him strapped down to a chair and shit and beat the shit out of him.
No, this was an entirely different one. They killed him right there on the streets by smashing his face into the concrete and wouldn't let him
that's
up.
a different video then.
Yeah, and the guy was out of Chicago, Illinois, and and the family is now putting a civil lawsuit against the city of Rochester for that. Then they freaking pepper sprayed a 9-year-old distraught little girl that just watched her mama stab her dad. Then this lady here, she knows all that, and they know how these cops are around here. They've been this way for years and years. Honestly, I think that lady was in fear of her life, and that's why she took off running. Because wait on another cop to get here, and he'll tell me what I need to do. That's like saying, "Okay, you wait here, and he'll tell me if I shoot you or not."
Yeah.
Okay. To these people around here. Okay?
That's how it's about to get in Oklahoma, dude. If they make that legal and cameras start hitting the ground running, because I'm going to be a part of it, One of us is going to get shot by a cop. And it's going to take a lawsuit to restore rights. And it's going to probably take somebody's life and it's sad to say, but somebody's going to have to do it,
But that lady took off running from the cops, and then he caught her, and then started pepper spraying her with the 3-year-old in her arms. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't give a crap about that child's safety. You could see it in the video. But the news said, "Oh, the cop was trying to get the baby out of the arms while he was pepper spraying the mama so that nothing bad would happen."
Yeah, I seen that video actually. Yeah, that was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, and this is what the news is trying to do, twist it. Oh, she was accused of shoplifting, and then the kid that called on her, he says, "Well, I seen her put something in her bag. I can't be sure what I seen." And he said, "And to be sure, I can't even tell you if she's the right lady or not."
Wow.
Yeah.
And then she was wrongfully accused and attacked for it.
Yeah, the cops showing up and causing a crime.
Yeah.
That's what they did to that lady. The
Yeah,
cops caused that crime.
it's getting so bad anymore, and what I'm seeing is that, oh, we had a call. Well, fuck your call. That's hearsay, first of all. And then they
Mhm.
show up and they kill people. I don't fucking get it.
Oh,
Yep.
that's like that one guy that they killed who opened his door with a gun. He was within every right to open his door with a gun. It was, midnight, 2:30 in the morning. They come banging on his fucking door really loud.
Yeah, he was in an apartment building or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his old lady was freaking out because they killed him right there. Yeah, I seen that shit.
Yep. You know what happened down in Florida and the lady got away with it? The cops came up and she has her security system at the house, right? The cops came up and just started pounding on her door. No one announced who they were. She started shooting through the walls with shotgun. And they scattered. And now she gave up the shotgun and she got arrested. But guess what? All charges were dropped on that lady because they didn't announce who they were. And in
Wow.
Florida, they got a castle law. If you're in fear of your life, you got the right to shoot and kill someone.
And
Yeah.
you know what?
Oklahoma actually extended their castle doctrine to where not only does it protect your home, but it protects your vehicle and it protects you anywhere that you have the legal right to be. If you have the legal right to be on a fucking sidewalk and there is somebody pushing you off of that sidewalk,
Yep.
trying to obstruct you, you have every legal right to defend yourself and stop that threat. And even in Muskogee, the DA is known for telling people that I will decide what is a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
That lady in Florida that you were just talking about, Tammy, what are the chances she wouldn't have won that case if she didn't have that security camera set up?
Oh, she would have probably been dead. She would have
Yeah.
probably been dead.
So
No,
what
I
about
mean-
Mr. and Mrs. Tuttle? And I think it was it Texas?
Yep, down there in Texas. Yep.
Yeah, what they did to Mr. and Mrs. Tuttle was really fucked up.
Was that the wrong house, no knock warrant, where they come in, shot the dogs, and shot them?
Shot the wife and then shot the dude. Let
they
him
were a
bleed
block
out.
off.
Yeah, let him bleed out for 30 minutes.
Yep.
Makes me sick. I guess public relations isn't a high priority on.
Well, I
on
can
these departments.
tell you this, and I've heard this out of cops' mouths. One of their common sayings that they like to say: "Dead men tell no tales."
That's
Well,
right.
Well, Tammy, I've also in Pushmataha County, growing up, there was a cop. I was listening to him tell my dad, he was like, only reason I joined the force was because, well, I've hunted just about everything there is to hunt. And I wanted to be able to kill somebody legally and get away with it. And there was people in that county, in Clayton County. There was this kid when I was growing up, when I was about 15 or 16. He went missing, and they had a bulletin for whoever found his body. The bulletin was up there for almost 2 decades. It was like 18 years before they found his skull and a couple of bone fragments in the middle of the woods in Clayton, Oklahoma. It took him 18 years. And there is still a sign to this day that's sitting out there. This is 15 years after he was found. They now have $100,000 reward for whoever has information about who killed him.
Wow.
And the sign is still there. It was like Justice for Jeffrey, or something like that.
Well, what about the news story? This was before cameras and all that. But I remember it. I was like about 12, and I was reading the newspaper, and I remember it was one of the most shocking news stories I ever read. Now the cop later on faced penalties and charges and everything else against it, but still, it took
How long does it take them to
years.
find them, though? Because they don't.
What happened was it didn't take long to find him. Okay. Because what had happened was supposedly this black man that he arrested and had cuffs on somehow and he had him in the car with plexiglass in between him. Okay, with cuffs on in the car, right?
Yeah.
Somehow he got the cuffs off of him, got through that plexiglass, grabbed that cop's gun, put it in his mouth, blew his brains out, then put the cuffs back on him and gave the cop back his gun.
Huh.
Okay.
Wow. Talent.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. And this is how it was even wrote up in the Sullivan Independent newspaper.
Wow.
Okay. This is how it happened. And I'm
Wow.
like, how the fuck does a handcuffed man get unhandcuffed, go through plexiglass, grab this cop's gun without him knowing it, blow his brains out, hand the cop back his gun, and then put the cuffs back on him, on
Yeah.
himself?
Well, hey Tammy, I'm
Yeah.
gonna jump out the stream, man. It's getting pretty late, and
But what
I'm gonna
got me
hit the
though,
hay.
even with all that evidence, and they even took pictures of it and everything. Sullivan Independent News they made it to where the cop looked like he was okay, but they put enough damning evidence, including pictures, into the article that it was able to be used 20 years later in the court case against the cop, and the cop lost.
Wow.
But it took 20 years, 20 fucking years.
Yeah. Well, hey, Wayne, it was good talking to you.
Yeah.
Next time I see you live, bro, I'll jump into your panel.
You're welcome here anytime.
I'm gonna get some sleep. It's been a long day, man.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you had a long one getting attacked and everything. So I know that adrenaline, once it wears off, it just wears you out.
Oh yeah, it is. You take it easy, guys. It was nice
All
to
right,
meet you,
dude.
Billy Truth.
It's Billy.
Oh, Billy, sub to
It's
my
Billy.
channel and I'll give you a sub back, bro.
I'll check it out. I don't turn on notifications because I have so many channels. It clogs my email up. But I'll tell you a little trick. If you're not getting these notifications, what I do is I constantly refresh I constantly refresh.
Subscribers. Okay.
No, not my subscribers. I find a video I want to watch, and then after I'm done watching it, like, what do they call that? Yeah, when I get on my subscription page, I just constantly refresh it. So if somebody's live, that's how I found Tammy tonight. I just constantly refreshing it.
Oh, okay.
So that's a trick for you.
Heck yeah. Well, I'm gonna get out of here, guys.
All right.
It was nice to meet you, Billy. And Tammy, it was nice talking to you again.
Yep.
I'll see you on Upstate's channel, or I'll see you around. I'm in different panels. I get into the Drama Dome panel and
I don't get into often. I don't get into that often. I had my fair share of the drama a while back. You know what I mean?
Is that where I recognize your voice from? Is from the Drama Dome?
No, I've never really been on the Drama Dome, but you've probably heard me on other channels where
Okay.
me cussing out people and shit. I used to be really bad at that.
Dude, I've actually met Andrew in real life. I did a cop watch with him once in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, and it went really well. He's pretty cool people. He was the very first auditor I cop walked with. So
now I can tell you now, I don't have no problem with Andrew. The drama stuff, you know, I just want to leave that behind, man. Honestly,
I feel you there. Yeah, I jump around. I don't get into them too often. I've been playing a game called Ark Survival Evolved, and it's been consuming a lot of my time. And I try to jump into panels when I can, and you know, do cop watching when I can. During winter time, I don't like doing it as much as the summertime.
I don't blame you. It's cold out there in the winter.
All right, good night, guys.
All right, you have a good one, buddy. Well, Billy, I'm probably going to close down. I've been on almost 4 hours.
Right on.
So you try to have a good night too, man. I appreciate you coming up, man. It's good to hear a voice behind someone that I've been talking to for a while in chats.
Yeah.
I appreciate your support too, man. I really do.
All right, man. Thanks for the opportunity to get on.
Oh yeah, no problem. You're welcome up here anytime, dude.
I'll
Anytime.
probably see you. I'll probably see you the next time you come up.
All right. You have
I
a
was
good
actually,
night, man.
I was actually looking for you this morning, but I didn't find
Yeah,
you.
I did come on this morning. I had other things I had to do.
Right.
You know,
All
so.
right, man. Good night.
All right. You have a good, Billy. Everybody out in the chat who's out there still, you have a good night too. I am out.